I told you that we were going to release the headboard video, and you got it. Uncensored and all. I hope you guys caught that, because it won't be in the replay. How's everybody doing? Sunday, July 5th, 2026. I hope you guys had a great 4th of July. Hopefully the fireworks weren't annoying the shit out of you like it has. So loud, and it goes on forever now. But hey, let's take care of business. I'll tell you what, we're not getting, are we getting used to being right all the time now? We'll talk about it on the other side, but hell, I don't matter. You don't matter. We decided not to matter together a long time ago. Thus, the nobodies were born. But damn it, isn't it great winning again? That's all we do is stack wins when the other side consistently stacks losses. We're going to talk about it on the other side over there. But I just want to tell you, without a question of a doubt, shadow of a doubt, you're on the right side of things right here. It never had anything to do with the case. Gypsy Rose case. It all had to do with critical thinking and free thinkers, and that's why we're the elite. That's why we're the 1%ers, because 99% of society, maybe 97%, let's just say, are sheep. They don't know where they're going. They're blind. They follow the herd mentality, and we are not that, trust me. But yeah. We put in the work and the effort. Hard work does pay off. Dreams do come true. Bad times never last, but bad guys, bad girls do. Over here, right over here. School is in session. What's going on, everybody? I can't believe it. July 5th already. Jeez. We'd say a third into the month already, huh? Son of a bitch just got started. I see everybody in here. I see, let's see, Grifting for Jesus, Mac, OG, Jessco, Sonia, the Super OG channel legend, DS Good Girl, the Good Wives Network. Good Wives Network, of course, Fancy, Lil Frodo in the house. From the subreddits, of course, from the land of Reddit. I missed a few people. Layla Lay, Super OG, and so is Anani's. Yep. Mousy XOXO, Munchies. Belinda is here. Belinda. We love us some Belinda. Doesn't say much, but when she does, it's like a bomb went off. A bomb of wisdom. Chai Girl. Clayton Childress, I believe. Willow Moon 77 in the house. Ryder 40 ounces. Let's see here. Mary Jane Doe. A lot of the regulars coming in here, which is awesome. It's always good to see the regulars, you know. Always sticking around. Quinna Lynn, because we got shit. We take care of shit over here. Practical Magic, Jade 420, Aaron Sweetheart in the house, Electric Garden, Biscuits over from Reddit as well. We get some good Reddit people in here. Hacky Hack, of course, the Godfather, the wise man. He's been around for a decade now. He's probably sick of these streets. Muse Revolution, OG Dots. We love us some OG Dots. All right, enough with the music. Christmas is here. Bluffin with my muffin. Being. I like that, being. All right. Again, thank you guys. Did you guys have a good weekend? Rhetorical question, of course. No. Mary Jane Doe, 24 months, member of the channel. Thank you, Mary Jane Doe. That's 2 years. I did the math. I am Asian, so I am pretty good at math. 24 months does equal 2 years, I believe. Millie the Mermaid coming in here, becoming a new member. I think Millie the Mermaid has finally, saw the light, which is okay, because now, Millie the Mermaid, you are part of the 1%ers. You are part of the elite. Top-notch shit, man. Welcome aboard, Millie the Mermaid. And that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. It's about just getting their smart people. See, they want to mix us up as we're a part of their community. Nah, don't get it twisted. We're no longer a part of that community. We built that community of morons and low IQ people, and we don't want to be there. You know, Becca Scoops barely wants to be there. So here we are. Here we are. They so need us to be a part of that community, you know, to always have drama and well, I guess they look at us as villains. We'll take it. Villains are also good people too. They get shit done. OG Dots, thank you so much for being a member for 24 months. Again, that's 2 years. That's 2 years. Is the Pentagon here? The fuck? No way. Is the Pentagon in the chat? Pete Hegseth is in the chat. Did someone already make up a troll name called the Pentagon or Pentagon? Oh, that's awesome. You know, look at Annie Scoops is in here. Annie Scoops, Sugawoo. We have all of the favorites, right? And look at, we've got, you know, the real case studies with 2 Z's. That person is the real person right there. Say some wild shit. Jessa 84, sorry guys. But Pentagon, give us a shout out. Breeze in the house. I saw Urkizzle in the house. He made the long trip from Texas, the beautiful state of Texas, guys. Because maybe he saw his mom. Did you go see your mom? I don't even know. Someone called the Pentagon. I'm triggered right now. Too much. Urkizzle dropping his Blanchard money over there on blessing us, of course, because we're putting in a lot of work. We're exposing a lot of these hypocrites, you know. And aren't we right all the time? Are you guys sick of being right? Probably not. Doesn't it feel good to be right? Doesn't it feel good to be a part of a side that's always right? And they have to bow down to us. How many times now have we gotten we've gotten the cats and crochet right? Nobody had the balls to call that shit out. They all believe that cats and crochet had interaction with Gypsy Rose, smacking her daughter around over some Cheetos or something like that at the what do you call that, snack machine? The vending machine, I guess. Yeah. We call that shit out over here long time ago, and we were right. And they all look like fools. It took them a while to figure it out. You know, they never realize how ridiculous they are as far as they don't have brains, let's just say, but we're here to hold them accountable, you know, because we're just a bunch of nobodies that gets everything right. Maybe it started with the FBI, actually. They started calling out Becca Scoops long time ago. No one wanted to listen. But now we're, kicking in that front door, and here we are, and it doesn't even matter where you lie on the spectrum of the Gypsy Rose case. Most of us are fed up and done with that shit, man. This is 3 years going. It's boring as fuck. There's no... Even the snark is really just repetitive, isn't it? There's nothing new going on. So here we are, the villains, the 1%ers, the elite group over here, just, creating chaos. We're the agent of chaos, guys. But it's so true. We were right about cats and crochet. Hell, we were right about that bullshit. Remember, we got tricked one night when Andrew, the calf shooter, he shot his calf, and we called bullshit on that later. And it was embarrassing to the point he took his wing out and he was doing the helicopter with it. Oh, yeah, we remember those days. We do. Rachel's in the house. What's going on, Rachel? Yeah. Who else did we call out? About a month and a week ago. A little over a month ago, a month and a week, we came back. All of us came back, and we were ready. We were ready to expose the hypocrisy and the lies, the cringe nature of these people that are still possessed with their obsession over Gypsy Rose. Yeah, the anti-Gypsy community. we started calling out the big dog in Becca Scoops. And how did that go? It went brilliantly. And we were right about that. We called out that she was a shitty person. And of course, everybody knew that. So that's not much of a call out, to be honest with you. But we called out the Annie Scoops emails. And they didn't want to believe us, guys. They were holding on for hope, those anti-gypsy morons over there. The gypdax, like redax, they're gypdax, because I guess gyptards are, that's not politically correct. So let's go with the gypdax, shall we? Those gypdax over there. Don't be a snowflake. No, those gypdax over there, their heads were spinning during the time we were revealing Becca Scoops as Annie Scoops. And it took them about almost 2 weeks to finally catch on to the truth that we were telling. Of course, thanks to Toddy One Skip giving us a lot of the information we needed to prove that Annie Scoops was Becca. Annie, are you okay? Apparently she's not okay. She's backed up on her Botox schedules. You know, she's not making enough money as she used to. You know, let's all pray for Annie Scoops, Becca Scoops, so she can go do her lip fillers and shit like that. Hey, CJB Comedy, where the hell have you been, man? It's been quite some time. Hopefully you're doing well. Hopefully you had a great 4th of July. But we called out Annie Scoops. Hell, Jess Coase called out Annie way before I did, actually. I don't know, maybe a few months before, but she did. And everybody in the comment section, as dumb as they are, you know, they just wanted, they do the attack thing because they're a part of a hate mob. And people are starting to realize that. And they don't like it one bit because it's just not something that suits well for people here. It doesn't sit well with anybody. It gets to the point where people just get sick of it and say, you know what, I'm out, I'm done. I did everything I possibly can in this justice for Dee Dee movement, and there's nothing more to do at this point. And even the snark is getting boring. So, you know, people are changing their minds slowly but surely. Not all of them, but we don't want all of them back. Okay. Jesco says, morbid people don't know the fire was in 2024. Yeah, we're going to go over that. We're going to go over some of those details. But thank you for pointing that out. We're going to get to the board real quick here. Real Bethany, thank you so much for being a member for almost 2 years, 22 months, 2 months short of 2 years. Shame on you. The nobodies were right again. Hell yeah, we're always right. We were right about Annie Scoops. Thank you, Toddy One Skip, for that. And it's a team effort here of logical thinkers, people that are, I swear to God, we're elite for a reason. And they're sick and tired of losing. That's why I was so fed up being on the anti-gypsy side, because they're dysfunctional. You know, they don't operate together. All they do is there's a lot of infighting over there, a drama between each other. You just get sick of it. Then you get gaslighters, professional gaslighters like Audrey the Gross. Yeah, we're going to talk about her. And you have Becca Scoops, you know, these people are all fake. You got the frog fucker over there, case studies, Scotty Too Froggy. Yeah, all fake people. You know, and then they, you know, recruit small, you know, fat midgets that were balding since grade school, like Wine Ox Puppy, because he's the size of an ox. So we're right about Annie Scoops. We were right about Sugar Woo. Sugar Woo was almost the nail in the coffin. The nail in the coffin we needed to put that lame, cringe truth train to bed. And we got to thank the FBI for that. We'll thank Sheena as well, because Sheena came out and figured it out. And the reason why we figure these things out is because, you know, honestly, we don't really invest much time into this bullshit. So, you know, we don't look into it carefully like those morons over there. We just remember shit because our brains actually work. So we got the Sugar Woo incident, right? And again, shout out to Sheena, the FBI over there. And boy, did that blow up in their faces. And finally, maybe a week and a half, 2 weeks later, Becca Scoops was put to bed for 3 entire weeks. We put her to bed for 3 entire weeks. 3 long weeks of anxiety. Her probably doing some funky shit to Mitch over there. Remember the safety cop? Yeah. Poor Mitch. He still has duct tape right on his mouth. You know, he could barely breathe right now through one nostril. Poor, justice for Mitch. Haven't seen that guy for a year, right? No word from Mitch. No more hot tea spills or cops spill hot tea. That's over. Hey, what's up, Diana? Good to see Diana. She's getting our merchandise sent to her. A nice T-shirt to the Netherlands of all places. And we love the Netherlands, right? We love the Netherlands. Didn't you guys do well in the World Cup? Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. I think you guys did. I'm not sure. I don't follow. I haven't been following the World Cup this time around. But what else, guys? We are right about Sugar Woo. Again, shout out to our partners, all our partners, right? And then, we were right about case studies and Kim Valley. There's a list of things that we pointed out. We're right about Perez Hilton. And here we end up today with Audrey the Gross. And we were right about her. We were right about Autumn Terra. Don't forget that. How many times do we have to be right before these morons, low IQ individuals, sheeple, as Becca Scoop so brilliantly calls them? How long is it going to take for them to realize? Give it a year. Give it a year. Give it a year. Some will need 5, 10, 15, 20. Some will need a lifetime and they'll still never figure it out. But that's okay. Those aren't the people we're trying to reach. Give it a year. But I'll tell you, you got to be sick of winning. No, we're not. We want to win more. We just got started. We're a month in, heading into our 2nd month. So, they have 3 years under their belt. Wait until you get a load of us 3 years from now. I mean, we're unstoppable right now. In fact, we constantly present them with actual legitimate receipts that they can't deny, to the point they're backed into the corner and they have to beg for our forgiveness. That's how awesome we are. We're goats. I told you this a long time ago. We're the greatest of all time to do what we do. Live streaming is so simple for us. Live streaming, well, we kill it there. And live chatting, no one can top us. Trust me on that. Everybody loves our chat. Everybody. They wish they could be a part of this shit, but they can't let go of their mob mentality and their hate bonding over there. But that's okay. We don't need the slow ones anymore. The slow adults bring us down. They could take those slow adults, move their asses over to that China app. China app over there, the Tiki-Talkie, okay? They could move their ass over there because there's a bunch of panels that host slow adults. So they could go over there. It's wide open. I mean, Key's one of the supervisors over there for the and you got Keish over there, she's supervising as she's supposed to be working, at her motel. I guess she stays at that motel. Then you got a bunch of racists over there like Apple Charlotte, You know what? The funny thing about Apple Charlotte, I guess she's been trying to debunk the fact that she's a racist against Asian people. Which right away, if you're trying to debunk shit like that, you're guilty. You're guilty. And the greatest thing is when you go look at, I guess she did a little TikTok thing like, look, I'm not racist, her with Jackie Chan. I mean, that's the most racist thing you can do is make a video with Jackie Chan in it and shit. And say, look, I love Chinese people. I love Kung Fu, guys. Don't make us break out the legitimate receipts and back you into the corner, Apple there. Oh, boy. Pulls out Bruce Lee old photos and shit. Look, Bruce Lee taught me nunchucks. Yeah, I learned nunchucks from Bruce Lee. I ordered from Panda Express. And I got the lo mein. I got the lo mein with the orange chicken, Chinese style. Oh boy, you got us. You got us, Apple. Oh, I guess you're not racist, you know. You doing those Chinese accents sure doesn't make you racist. And yeah, who's racist if they're actually putting themselves, you know, their AI, their AI photos. This lady's addicted to AI of herself. AI photos of her and Jackie Chan putting their arms around each other, chop sueying it up, you know, chopping it up. Anyhow, so yeah, don't get sick of winning, because we're going to be doing that all the time. Our receipts are so legitimate that it really pushes them into the corner where they have to bow down to us and admit that we were right all along. But then they continue to gaslight their own. That's the thing. Let's go to the board here and get this shit started. Hell yeah. As you know, it was 4th of July. Did you guys have a good time? Did you guys, Aita Haas, did you have a good time? Sugar Woo in the house right there. Jade. Look at this. Ken over here, Gypsy, even Aurora, who's on the side over there somewhere. This is in Austin, Texas. Wanted to wish you guys a happy 4th of July. No. That went a little too quick there. That's what she said. But check it out, guys. No, it's not, you know, political. It's just MAGA. Make Aurora great again. Not that she wasn't great before, but, you know, we got to play around with some words. It's wordplay, guys. It's wordplay. So calm down. Calm down. It's not political, but I hope you guys had a good 4th of July. Legit. Aurora's outside lighting off fireworks. Absolutely. Good to see grifting for Jesus. I buy more fortune cookies in bulk. Okay, that's a little racist. That's racist, man. No, it's not, because you're buying in bulk. Moving forward here. Who this? Ronnie. You know, it all started with Ronnie. Our last live stream, which was a couple days ago. Well, you know how interesting it is that Audrey didn't know about Ronnie? The supposed boyfriend of her mom, Nora. She didn't have the information, right? Yet she acted like she knew everything that happened, right? When she's asking $200,000 to the entire public, just random strangers on the internet. Yes, this is the boyfriend. Look at him. He looks like Benji from the Howard Stern show, actually. Swell guy, you know. Who knows? But maybe he is a good guy. Maybe he is. That's a nice jacket, though. It's a nice jacket. You won't get run over by any sleds with that jacket on. That shit is bright. It's like he just stepped out of the movie Fargo. And he even says it in there. We in Manuka. What the fuck is a Manuka? Is it Cousin Eddie? Okay. I little chilly this morning. That's a little racist. That's a little, I'd say so. He's doing what Apple Charlotte does. You know, he's trying to sound Chinese, I guess. I little chilly this morning. Ronnie with the racism. Anyhow, look at, you know, we know that he's related to, or he has some sort of affiliation with Audrey the Gross, because of the GoFundMe that he has right here, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this GoFundMe that we ran across for Ronnie Boy. Nora right here organized it. That's Audrey's mom over here, guys. The topic is help Ronnie and his family recover from the Florida fire. So I guess this is a repeat situation that they constantly go on GoFraud.me and look at Ronnie over here. You know, they tried before. Help Ronnie and his family. $8,000 raised during that time. They're still going for that $200,000 mark over there. We got the receipts. Organizer Nora would be Audrey's mom. Shame. They're pretending like the donations are closed. There's no donations that are closed. Trust me on that, guys. Trust me. Only 49 donations back in 2025. Interesting. Very interesting, ladies and gentlemen. That we're, these developments just get crazier and crazier. By the way, that's a joke. Maybe, maybe not. Who knows? Here's good old Ronnie. We found Ronnie with no problem. Audrey, we found your mom's boyfriend. What about you? What happened to you? Aren't you the daughter? I don't know. I guess she doesn't know. But poor Ronnie here being thrown under the bus by Audrey again. Look at Ronnie back in 2022. He's talking about his current wife because he never got divorced. He never got divorced. You know how these people are, these criminals. Well, with all this shit, talking going on Facebook, I'm glad I haven't had Facebook since 2015. I'm sure there's a lot of drama there too. There's drama everywhere, huh? Poor Ronnie has to suffer through the shit talking over there on Facebook. Me and Martha, that's his current wife still, are separated. I still pay the bills. Do you? Do you, Ronnie? Maybe he does. Maybe he does. So she was not abandoned. Still talk to her, but probably coming to an end. Oh, that's nice. Like, who the hell posts this shit on a Facebook public post over here about their current wife? Anyhow, coming to an end because I don't need the negativity even after I thought I would be getting away from it. She has had marriage proposals. Oh my God, Martha is a hottie patati. He's on the market already, and everybody's a taker. All the men on Facebook are all up in her DMs, trying to get all up in Martha's ass. Martha's a hottie. She has had marriage proposals. Moving a little quick there, Martha. So I hope she gets on with living and leaves me alone. I love Ronnie. Ronnie's my kind of guy. I like that one. Get the fuck away from me, man. It's been a long time coming. Should have got on with life 15 years ago. A romantic guy this Ronnie is. But I try to make it work. But it definitely takes two. We could all agree with that, right? I know some don't like what had happened, but those that know what had went on for a long time. I want to know more. Sign me up. I'm subscribing. I'm following Ronnie. Ronnie's got some more shit to talk about, man. But Ronnie, of course, he had a business. The Real Redneck Outfitters LLC. What a great name. Of course he would pick this name. And I just want to point out the address below, 6424. Now that's the address to that shitty abandoned mobile home. The abandoned mobile home that Audrey has lied about. She lied. She said that the entire home was destroyed in the beginning. Remember that, guys? We have tape on that. We've got the recordings. Oh, yeah, Audrey, the gross liar, the gross gaslighter as well. But anyhow, again, pay attention to 6424. It's a reoccurring theme over here. But of course, he filed articles of dissolution for his shitty LLC, the Real Redneck Outfitters. Business isn't too good when your company's named Real Redneck. But here it is, dated April 20th, 2020. Not doing business any longer. Maybe it was COVID. Who knows? Who knows? But again, I want you to pay attention to 6424 right there. That is in the box right here, 6424, the address, because that's the address we're going to be talking about. And here it is. Here's a Facebook post because these people love Facebook over here. The Real Redneck Outfitters back in 2021. Martha. Martha over here in the red circle, the beautiful, the hottie patati Martha, where all the men are all up in her business, proposing marriage to her, you know. She's right there. But she has tagged out for the season, folks. I don't know. Did you guys ever watch? I don't remember what show it was. What show was it where just, I guess, rednecks were going around, catching alligators and shit? It wasn't Duck Dynasty. It was something else. So, and they're tagging out for the season because you could only get enough people, I guess, or enough gators or something like that per year. You're only allowed like certain number or something like that. Is it swamp people? It could be. Okay. I remember watching it for a while. I'm like, yeah, get that mother, get him, man, get him. They're all setting up traps in the swamp and shit. And they're all, we'll check on these gators in the morning, Dad. Yeah. Going on their shitty little boats and stuff, and pretty funny with a 6 foot or a 6'4" and 10'4" gator. Now I have to fill my tags. Look at, she's a tough guy. No wonder men are falling for her. They love her. Maybe this guy right here, this weird looking dude was probably all up in Martha's DMs, all up in it. But, this is a reoccurring theme with Martha because, she's a criminal herself, especially against innocent animals. So this tracks, this tracks what she's doing to the gators. Poor gators over here. Because look at Martha's history. Because Audrey is unable to access this clearly, let's go ahead and help her out, because it was our live stream that we did the other day that actually shed light somehow on Audrey and her sister, or whoever the fuck, her family was watching morbid live streams and learning about themselves and shit like that. Is there a mugshot? I don't, you know what? I do have that mugshot somewhere. I just don't have it right now, but I'm sure we'll bring it up at some point. But look at this. A felony cause cruel death, pain, and suffering to animals, ladies. Animal cruelty. These are these type of people. These are the type of people that associate with Audrey. They're always around Audrey's circle, and she always denies things. She's like, no, I don't know anything. She doesn't even know anything about what happened to her own case of abuse against her own child. She always says, I didn't know what happened. I wasn't there. I was shopping. No, wait, I was taking a shower. And we're calling all this out. Aggravated animal cruelty. It just goes on and on, folks. Fail to obey. That's okay. That one we'll excuse because it's only a stop sign, guys. That's not too bad. Even though I don't have that in my record. I don't even have a stop sign in my record. Seatbelt law. That's all right, too. Oh, check this out. Oh, this is another one. It runs in the family, guys. Liquor, sell, give, serve person under 21 years of age. Selling a liquor and serving it to minors. Yeah. So again, it seems like this is an ongoing thing with everybody around Audrey, but Audrey's always innocent, right? Audrey's the innocent one. Yeah. Audrey with the excuses. It just continues on and on. But here's the thing. Right over here. So we got Ronnie, right? Here was an excuse recently in which Audrey has now claimed that this boy over here, Ronnie over here, is aggressive to her mom. At first, you know what she does? She blames other people when she's caught lying. You see, when we did the live stream, we exposed who Ronnie was. She knew things were coming. Jess Coast already was digging in and she got information. And everybody was realizing the real truth behind it. And finally, Audrey comes out because she had no choice but to come out. But she told no truths. She told lies again. She's lying again. She doesn't want to come clean because that's the type of person Audrey is. Gross. Exactly. Now she's blaming Ronnie for domestic violence against her mom, which is bizarre. Isn't that a bizarre thing to do, you know? Because she has no evidence in regards to this. And Audrey, weren't you the one that asked for $200,000 for good old Ronnie over here? Yeah, Ronnie, the guy that spends a lot of time gambling in Las Vegas, which we showed in our last live stream. Yeah, that Ronnie over there. Now you want to blame Ronnie for abusing your mom physically. Man, are you sure about that? Because I spoke to Ronnie. Oh, did I? Ooh, maybe Ronnie doesn't want. Hold on. Maybe he doesn't want me to say it. You know what? I'm going to edit that out on the replay. Ronnie's got his own story. You know, he heard you calling him out, Audrey. And I told Ronnie, I mean, you know, I told good old Ronnie over there, maybe not. Who knows? Ronnie found out, Audrey, that you're trying to blame him in this situation where you lied. You lied and tried to rip people off of $200,000. And now you're blaming good old Ronnie over here. You know, Ronnie doesn't really have a bad record or anything like that. He doesn't have animal cruelty and aggression like his wife does. No. In fact, Ronnie mentioned in that Facebook post that I just showed you guys, he wanted to end it. He wanted to give his wife, Martha, an opportunity to go and explore other men. I mean, he wanted to kind of end that chapter for quite some time. So maybe he was abused. Maybe that's his story. We'll find out, maybe. Because Ronnie is not happy. Ronnie is not happy that Audrey has been labeling him as someone who's aggressive and abusive towards women. That is not Ronnie, from what I hear. So Audrey is spreading more lies, gross lies, in fact, things that she doesn't even know about. Audrey said in the beginning, I don't know anything that's going on. I don't know. She always does that, but she knows everything about everybody else. She knows everything about Bree. She knew everything about Gypsy Rose, right? She's the Bible, right? She's the Bible for Gypsy Rose, the Gypsy Rose Bible. She knows all of this. Yet now here she is blaming Ronnie for domestic violence. But then again, it's kind of crazy that she would do that because Audrey, you sat up on a panel with the man right here. Yeah, the big-lipped ape. He's an ape. Okay, he's just Homer Simpson, you know, with shitty, disgusting, net hairsprayed hair over here. Yeah, with a big ass forehead, big lips, bigger lip fillers than Becca Scoops. Yeah, that guy right here. Look at this guy. Always has a dumbass look on his face over here. Look at the fucking lips on this thing. Holy look at that. Oh my God. Wow. Oh, let's go in. Let's go. Oh my God. You're making Becca Scoops jealous, my man. Anyhow, Audrey sat up on this panel, making him laugh, having a good old time with big lips over here. Right? Mr. Big Inflatables. And here he is, domestic violence. So if Audrey is so against domestic violence because she claims that she has been a victim of it from her own experience because she blames her husband at the time, Colt or whatever the fuck his name is, for abusing her child. and not taking the blame. Do you see the pattern? Do you see the pattern? How when it comes to Audrey, it's always the same story. It's always somebody else, right? But then you see the holes in her stories, and you see the hypocrisy. The hypocrisy when it comes to her saying she's against domestic violence because of the fact that her child that was 1 month old was almost shook to death. Almost, but by the grace of God wasn't, and is now suffering it for the rest of his life because he was born normal, but suffered severe damage, trauma to the brain. And she says, I didn't know what happened. She said, I still don't know what happened to this day with my son. She still doesn't know. Yet she went back to the abuser that did that to the child after serving, 5 years or something like that. Again, Fancy knows more of those details. But she'll sit up on this panel of this abuser over here. And, just to give you a refresher course, since we're right here, let's take a look at what this guy has done. And let's see if Audrey is cool with it, because she's always been cool with it. She always has. Now, the person at the right down here is that big lip dumbass's current wife. She was his ex-wife for a while, but she went back. She went back to the abuser, okay, and sticks up for him now. But this is when she did an interview with MMA holes to tell the story, the abuse story, the domestic violence she went under for years and years due to exactly that guy with the big lips, Mark Harley, who is the best friends with Case now, and Case platforms him now and brought him into the Gypverse, or the anti-gypsy community, which we're not a part of. But here it is. Audrey, I want you to listen up very carefully, and I want you to see with your own eyes this video right here of Mark Harley.
Fronting him, you're saying, tell me the truth.
You lied. I gave you the opportunity.
I gave you the opportunity.
I gave you the opportunity to tell me the truth a week ago. And
okay, so you gave him the opportunity to tell the truth.
Didn't. And you kept the card, so this card means something.
Yeah, I did.
To you.
No, because I found the letter a week before and said you're lying. And I literally said I'm going to get a divorce, just tell me that you've been cheating. This is the whole thing, like tell me the truth, and I'm out. But he said I didn't cheat. I didn't cheat. He came back that same night. He left.
Yeah,
very dramatic. My friend was on the phone. He was like,
this guy is 6'4", 265 pounds. Doing it to his wife right there. To his wife right there. Very, very abusive. Very abusive. In fact, I have more damning clip. That's nothing compared to maybe this over here. Watch. This is where he actually hits her with keys. Hits her in the head twice, actually. Throws a set of keys at her. And then hits her in the head, smacks her in the head right after. You're going to see that. This is who Audrey was on panel with. This is who Case Studies actually supports right now.
Try. Okay,
so here we go. I'm going to show it to you now. Here it is. Here it is.
So here's Mark. He's coming out shirtless. There's a Christmas tree, a stripper pole, and okay, we'll just show this real quick.
ouch, yeah.
Ready?
So he throws the keys at you.
Huh? You want this?
And then he's on top of me.
Maybe I'll fucking throw it through the computer, huh? Is that what you want? Here you go. Oh my God!
Okay. He's saying, oh my God.
There you go. Anything else?
I mean, again, this is a 260-pound guy. I'm sitting on the couch. I was looking for my cat. I haven't slept in days. And he didn't like the fact that I told him that it was his fault, that this is happening with the cat, which it was. And
does that remind you of someone? Yeah, it does. Reminds you of Case Studies and his new people that he has around him. Evil Ghost being another one who's done things to his own child, to the point that CPS had to go out to Evil Ghost's house and they lied. Peach, or whatever, the wife of Evil Ghost, shooed CPS away by lying to them, saying that he no longer lives there. Adam no longer lives at the residence, so the kids are safe. Yet we know that they live together. Tennessee, right? We know. Hopefully CPS, well, I think CPS needs to get their ass right back out there and investigate it a little bit more, because to trick CPS, maybe like Audrey did, possibly, allegedly, because it seems like it, with Fancy actually digging in more and knowing more of that, the details behind Audrey and her book and the abuse that went there, etc. Maybe evil ghost Adam needs a wake-up call again to make sure that those kids are okay. Who knows? But here he is right here. This is the Mark Harley. And don't tell me, Audrey, that you don't know about this. They all know about it. Case Studies knows about it. But they're okay with it. They're okay. They're going to excuse this behavior. But here's another thing. Here's a countdown, an audio countdown, okay, of Mark Harley saying, in 10 seconds, I'm going to basically beat the shit out of you. And I have those pictures of Luana Mancuso down here, his current wife and then wife, okay? She sent me photos of herself with black eyes, with marks on her body from this 6'4", 265-pound man, Mark Harley, putting her hands on her and beating her, in fact. So let's go ahead and listen to that audio clip. And there's so much more that I could show you, but it's not about that dumbass and loser. I'm just making a point that, Audrey, where are you at? Because you sat up on a panel with this guy, knowing his past, yet you're trying to claim domestic violence, that domestic violence was committed by Ronnie, your mom's boyfriend. Maybe not. Maybe it's the other way around, according to Ronnie when I spoke to him. And maybe his story needs to be out, because I think he's pretty pissed off that you're actually labeling him publicly when he's not a public person at all. You're misleading your group of people over there, saying that he's the one that has caused harm to your mom with zero proof, zero evidence, zero. Publicly shaming this man to your hate mob. That's why you're gross, Audrey. That's why you're gross. But let's listen to this audio, and we'll call it quits on Mark Harley for now, because I think we're making our point with him. That is why I'm saying the anti-gypsy people don't give two shits. Don't care about the truth. They will shun aside, they'll push aside violence against women, violence against your spouse or your partner, for the main goal to hate bond and troll together. They're the ones that bond together on the basis of hating one individual, whether it's Gypsy, Rose, or creators like myself, or people that are calling them out. Jess Coast being another one, Fancy Maselli being another one, and the list goes on and on. Even the people in the live chat right now, moderators, viewers, are being targeted because of their hate that bonds them together. And that's why I'm telling you that we've had enough. Enough is enough. We're fed up, but we're a small group, which is fine, because it's always been about quality over quantity. And if you break down society, there's many more dummies in this world. When it even comes to social issues or politics, it's all broken. But there are people that are able to come to the table, and very few. And we are that. We are exactly that. That's why we're the elite. We're able to do it regardless of what position we stand on when it comes to anything, politics, social issues. It doesn't matter. And a Gypsy Rose case, a true crime case, and we could disagree, but we're going to respect each other on every point of that, and still be able to be progressive, to progress in anything that we want to accomplish together. So that's the difference. And here is the recording before we move on to Audrey. the gross, even though we're talking about Audrey right now. Where is the recording here? I had it right here. There's just a lot in this interview, by the way. Oh, here it is. There's a third video. We'll miss the third video for now and go to the recording. Here it is right here. Okay.
I would say more.
Here it is. And let's go to the recording. This is the recording of that 6'4" Mark Harley at 265 pounds with all the muscles and steroids pumped into him, threatening his wife before he actually beats her. He does a countdown.
Shit, you know? I would be like, yo, I want this. So basically, I was shit more than...
You know what? Let me find the...
holding him accountable for anything.
Let me find the timestamp. I think I got that wrong. Hold on one second. I hit the wrong timestamp. Give me a moment here. And I promise you we're going to move on from this dumbass. Okay, here we go. All right, here she is. She's going to play her audio on the phone.
Let me see this.
Threat I have against you, because you're going to threaten and harass me constantly, is that I'm going to expose you, okay? I'm going to put it out in the world immediately. When you keep doing this shit, I'm going to tell everyone I fucking know.
Do you tell people how you, like, when you cause injury on me or you break shit?
I don't mind telling anybody that.
But have you told?
You know what? If you think that I should be scared of that being out in public, then go put that out in the world. But I'm going to keep telling my friends the type of things that you say to me that are absolutely out of touch with reality.
But
if I'm saying shit like that to you, go ahead and do that.
No, I'm saying when you hurt me and break my things.
I want peace and silence right now. If you don't get the fuck out of my way or stop talking, there will be consequences for that.
All I wanted to know
is going to go nuts. I'm going to start getting violent. I'm going to start breaking shit in the house, and it's not going to be
one question, just one question.
9.
Are you telling Chappelle when you break
7,
things and hurt me?
6.
Because I'm
5.
sending it to him now.
4. 3. 2.
Wow, what a winner. And people thought Chewy's a problem too. But him counting down and saying even, admitting that he's going to get violent. He's fed up. I'm getting violent real quick. That's I mean, what more evidence you need? But these are the type of people that case studies is bringing into the fold of their community, and they're okay with it. They're okay with it. So it says a whole lot, but I'm going to tell you, the people that actually get it, they understand, and they'll be here. And some already came over here. I think Mac even pointed it out. You know, that was the turning point right there, that she would no longer support that sort of thing. And it's almost like you throw your hands up and you say, you know what, you can't win. You can't win within a community that was built on hate. You can never win. And until you realize that, you're never going to snap out of it. You're always going to be stuck. And that's a huge problem. But here we are. Here we are. We're not afraid of numbers or embarrassed by any of that. No, it doesn't matter. As long as our message is legit and we're on the right side of things. And trust me, we are. You can feel it deep inside. We don't support shit like that. Okay. That's like next level stuff, to count down to your own wife and tell her that you're going to get violent, and you do a 10 count. And then you leave her with marks. You leave her with a black eye. You leave her with marks on all over her arms and her breasts from the picture she showed me during this time when I was covering it, when they both used me to get their story out there. Because Mark was using his platform on the internet to go against his wife at the time, who wasn't really had a following on the internet. She is mainly doing her own stuff in real life as far as work is concerned. So Audrey, again, you were up on that panel. So we don't even have to assume you're okay with someone who is, you know, domestically abusing their wife, because you're up on that panel laughing, talking about your stank ass clit, as you say, because you're gross. This girl actually talked about her stank ass clit. She said it just like that. It's very bizarre. But that's her. Classless. trying to make that guy laugh, trying to make that panel laugh. So you were up on that panel, and here you are. Here you are now. And by the way, if you want a copy of that live, here is the link. Hey, maybe Just Goes, you want to do a fucking great video on Mark Harley, do a deep dive. And then that right there will lead you into a whole new world of domestic violence. And he comes from the TFATK world, the fighter and the kid, and they get a lot of views. So I used to cover them a lot. That's why I ran across him and his wife. But anyhow, that's at live. And there's other podcasts that have kind of detailed the abuse stories. Anyhow, so bringing it back to this point over here. So we discussed this. This is the man that we just heard about with the domestic violence abuse to his wife. And here is Ronnie, poor Ronnie over here. And I'm being serious about this. It is unfair for Audrey to go at Ronnie, who has nothing. Like he never asked for this GoFundMe. Okay. Have you ever heard about Ronnie, guys? No, you didn't hear about Ronnie until I mentioned it in our last live stream, which did it kickstarted everything for Audrey to realize we were onto her. And thus Just Coast did a video, a great video today. And, digged into her, Fancy as well. And these are people that our position and our thoughts about the Gypsy Rose case doesn't even matter. But the thing that is, we're not bonding over hate, okay, as they're saying. No, we are just logically looking at things, and we're able to share information or put out information that is completely easily understandable through the use of common sense. And it doesn't matter where you land as far as your positioning on the Gypsy Rose case or anything else. That has nothing to do with it. And I'll tell you what, Fancy, Jess, they don't hate Audrey. I hate Audrey. So there is no hate bonding going on here, okay? Trust me on that. It's just truth bonding. That's what it's always been about over here. We provide legitimate receipts. We look into shit and we discover things. Sometimes we don't get it right perfectly, but we're right there at the cusp to the point that we pressure these hypocrites, gaslighters, such as Audrey, such as Becca Scoops, such as Case Studies. We pressure these people so much by the shit that we found out. And then they bow down to us, and they have no choice but to confess their sins and really admit to it that we were right all along. And we've been right about Becca Scoops. We've been right about Case Studies. We've been right about Audrey. And we've been right about Autumn Terra. And the list keeps on going. But here it is, Ronnie over here. Just for shits and giggles, of course, we showed Ronnie over here in Las Vegas, he loves, gambling. Who doesn't? Y'all been to Vegas? Vegas is great. A little expensive now. Ever since COVID, guys, fuck. You guys can't afford Vegas anymore. Tables are like $10 minimum, $15 when back in the day, right before COVID, shit, you could play for $1. You could do blackjack for $1, $2. They had dollar tables, fucking poker and shit, dollar tables. And even back then, I sat down, I said, I don't want to spend $1. Even back then, man, cheap ass motherfucker. And now you're going to be dropping $10, $15 right away. Those tables are nasty. But people are still buying. I don't get it. And they're charging for fucking parking now in their structures when it was free before. And the free even sucked because you had to walk. I mean, from that parking structure, oh, fuck, to get to the hotel, it was like, fuck, you ran a marathon. Fuck it, man. And they're charging you $30, $40 when it was free before. But here, oh, okay. I'm going off on Las Vegas here. All right. So here's Ronnie over here. We actually spotted him at his favorite spot, Heart Attack Grill. And This is what happened. We checked their cameras over there. Well, initially, someone came across as Aaron Sweetheart. Are you here? Aaron Sweetheart over here, of course, from Ethan, Internet Sweetheart fame. You know, we love Internet. Where the hell is Internet Sweetheart? Imagine if Internet Sweetheart Ethan came over here and we all just joined forces. It might happen. We would be the biggest nightmare on the online. Oh my, Satan would be afraid of us. Anyhow, here's Aaron, and I didn't know that Ronnie actually slid into her DMs before he slid into mine. Okay, and and he slid into her DMs way before, when he was in Vegas over here, because he checked in at the Heart Attack Grill. I bet you someone's having a heart attack over here, Audrey or Case. But over here, look, we checked the ring cam. And yeah, that is Ronnie, and that is Aaron Sweetheart. They're in their mental ward fucking uniforms. Oh my God, one flew over a cuckoo's nest. Aaron did tell you that the burger wasn't that great. She wouldn't go back. I think the Yelp review was about a 1 star. But there's Ronnie. He had a good time during this moment over here. So at least he had fun times. And look at they all escaped from the ward, guys. Look at all these guys in here. Oh boy. That's a nice cheeseburger right there, though, right? Double. I love the fries, though. Look at the fries. I just noticed it right now. Look, it's a grocery cart, guys. Shopping cart right there of fries. But anyhow, so we got proof on this, which brings us to Audrey. Whew. It wasn't a good day for her, guys. Wasn't a good day. Clearly, look at over here. Oh my God. Just what am I gonna do? I got caught. That's the face of someone that got caught big time. And now she has to come up with some sort of bullshit lie again. But, you know, she's feeling a little bit confident. Why is this? Because she caters towards her audience that are very low IQ, that don't use their brains. In fact, they don't use their hearts. They don't use their souls. They use nothing, but they just go. They have a green light to go only because they're blinded by their hate. And here she is suffering. Look, all the suffering, guys. Look at this suffering. Which, by the way, I honestly just, I threw this picture right here into ChatGPT and I said, go. That was my prompt. Go. And this is what it came out with. Why are they both so scared? And we have over here, Audrey, the internet started asking questions about that 200,000 Florida mobile home fundraiser. And when I put the prompt go into ChatGPT, solely based on this photograph right here, this is what it spat out. And I think it collected information from people like me, people like Just Coast videos about, hey, we just want the proof that we want proof that there's $200,000 worth of damage. We weren't even looking into Ronnie and all this other shit. But boy, oh boy, did we change that tune right away. You got Macaulay Culkin here. Why is he scared? Well, his isn't so bad. He just woke up home alone. And you gotta love the tagline. I can't wait for this movie to come out. One got holiday chaos. One got online scrutiny. And how true is that? Isn't that so true? I think so. Moving along here. Rough, Audrey. Looking real rough right here. Looking like, Leatherface from Texas Chainsaw Massacre right over here. I know you were all thinking it. You just too pussies to say it out loud, but I'll do it for you. It's okay. Then you got this comment over here. Someone says this, Lays457. I believe this is in Audrey's comment section over on YouTube. They question her. They say, did you prove to GoFundMe that, did you prove to GoFundMe that it wasn't just a kitchen accident? It's funny that you can't provide your viewers the same evidence you claimed you gave GoFundMe. Ain't that true? Ain't that true? And we're going to hear an audio clip real soon over here. But here's what Audacious Audrey says. It wasn't a kitchen fire. The entire roof burned too. Really? Really? Are you sure about that? Are you sure about that, Audrey? The entire house was covered with water inside and out. Really? Really? When the fucking fire happened 2 years ago to this month, back in June, I believe, or July, I maybe a little over 2 years. 2 years ago, this fire happened. How is it that Audrey went over there and claimed that there was still water inside and smoke? That's why it was so dangerous to go further inside of the mobile home that has been abandoned for years. 4 years, guys, not even 2 years. It was abandoned when the fire fighters went out there. The good old firefighters over there, they put out this small little exterior fire, right, where the kitchen was. But that shit, the mobile home was abandoned even back in 2024, which means it was abandoned for how many years? 5 years? How long did no one live in that mobile home? Maybe, I'm thinking, she never lived. Her mom, Nora, never lived in that home, because if you look at the Facebook post that we saw, it was dated 2022 and 2024 when Ronnie was talking about leaving his wife, Martha. So how is it possible that in 2024, okay, there was a fire, right, where the fire department said it was fucking abandoned? And Ronnie, just a year or 2 years or that same year, was talking about moving, getting on with his life. Exactly. You know, Audrey doesn't think about these things. She's thinking about her next lie to cover the lie that she just told. Okay? So, make that make sense? It won't make sense, but we're going to show it to you. Here it is, Audacious Audrey. It wasn't a kitchen fire. The entire roof burned too. The entire house was covered with water inside and out. Oh my God. There was smoke all inside, guys. Oh my God. It was so bad. When it happened 2 years ago, there's still smoke. Man, that's crazy that the smoke survived for so long. It's a complete loss. It's a complete loss. And yes, GoFundMe got all the documents. Really? Really? Yeah, because she said she submitted all the documents from the fire department, right? She got all this evidence, right, of a fire that happened 2 years ago, back in 2024. Lie. She lied again and she got caught. Just like I called her out on her Autumn Terra lies and I showed her receipts and I showed her where she is lying for the fact that they just want to hate bond, right? Because they want to believe Autumn and her lies. She's lying once again, and we caught her. We caught her big time over here. This is a huge lie. Huge. And how dare her saying, I'm sending the money back regardless. Okay, I understand that. But look at her contradicting herself right away. If people redirect it back, that is their choice. Really? Really? Because you just said you're going to send them all the money back regardless. And now you're saying, well, if they want to just redirect it, or if they don't respond at all, possibly, that you'll just keep the money. See, this shows you the character of her. Someone with character, integrity, morals will immediately, regardless of if people want you to keep it or not, send the money back and call it a day. That's the right thing to do, especially when it was all based on lies. Lies that you told Audrey. You did it. But here she is, smug as hell, entitled as hell, because her mom lied to her. So everybody else has to suffer. And they have to pay for that price. Yeah. If people redirect it back, that is their choice. But at this point, I feel like just issuing it back, you feel like it, you should. You should. You shouldn't even say anything. Money's going back, period, end of story. I'm not going to hear anything else. I lied to you all. It's going back. It's going back. And most responsible thing. She feels possibly issuing all the money back is the safest. Do you notice that safest comes first before responsible in this line right here? Because that's how her brain operates. She's trying to protect herself from the IRS. She's trying to protect herself from legal implications because of the bankruptcies, the recent bankruptcies of Nora. The bankruptcy date was the same date when the bankruptcy was finalized. It was the same date. Check this out. That Audrey actually launched the GoFundMe, the GoFraudMe. How is that even a coincidence? It's not. Audrey knew all along about her mom and how she's a con artist. Okay. And she knew about Ronnie, and poor Ronnie's getting the brunt of it now because she's trying to take her mom's side. But I guarantee you, Nora wants to be with Ronnie. So you have Audrey here trying to put the blame on Ronnie that he's an abuser and stuff like that. And that's not even the case. That is not. So we'll see how this all shapes up. But, again, gross, Audrey. You are gross. And here's the an article written about this situation here. If I could go here. And you can see the dates, so not lying over here. The County Fire Rescue reported the fire at 2:32 p.m. on Wednesday, June 5th, 2024. Wow, what a coinkadink. Well, it's July 5th. 2 years and 1 month to the day that fire happened. Think about that. 2 years and 1 month. And here's the thing. And we saw the comment, right, where Audrey was faking it. Remember, she went out there, she did her little TikTok video, said, "See, guys, we're not lying. There was a fire and there's smoke still in the back." She said that. That's why it was unsafe to go back there. The fire department told her not to because it was unsafe. It's hazardous bullshit because it happened 2 years and 1 month ago. The fire happened. So, Audrey, you got caught lying again. From your own assessment of the situation when you were there. You had boots on the ground. You're lying. She claimed that it was still water residue, right, in that abandoned mobile home. Lie. So stop pawning it off and say that your mother put you through this and lied to you. No, you lied. Not only did you, and she had the gall to ask for $200,000 up front, and she rubbed it in everybody's faces who were calling her out or just questioning her, like Jess Coast, like Fancy, and myself and everybody else. She spit in our faces with her entitlement and her smugness. No more. Everybody should say enough is enough. We don't need those type of people in here. And she has a pattern in this. She has repeated this multiple times over just in her own child abuse story. It's the same protocol. It's always someone else. She pawns it off on someone else, yet she goes back to the person that actually supposedly committed the abuse against her own child. Why would you go back? A couple times, actually. But here she is trying to blame Ronnie, blame her mom first. But then she realized, well, you know, my mom and I, remember they were sitting in the car crying and shit. And they had that gross kiss. And I played the Titanic song. Remember that moment? Those two ass clowns were sitting in that car knowing that it was bullshit from the get-go. Because you know Audrey, she ain't dumb, but she's a liar. See, that's the thing. She knew when she went there, this is an old fire. What the fuck? And again, we're going to get into it, but she doesn't want to admit it. She knew she was wrong. What other choice was there but to go along with it and do a TikTok video to trick and gaslight her viewers more and more? We saw through that shit. We all saw through it. And we knew there was more to the story. Thus, dig, dig, dig. Hello, Ronnie. Welcome to the show. Yeah. Hello, Martha. Good to see you. Like I said, Morbid is watching, and we're all a little bit morbid, aren't we? So we're all watching. Give it a year. Moving along here. So there's that. And look at this location over here. This is the location of the fire. Remember I told you guys to put 6424 in your mind, because this is the location. Right here is the dumbass trailer, okay? The abandoned trailer. What does this look like to you? A scrap yard. Just dump. This is what it's been like for years. Years. Okay? The fire, I believe, was on this location over here, maybe. It looks like it was right over here, okay? Just on the outskirts of the patio. The exterior, as the report said in the article of the fire department, back in 2024, June 5th, right over here in this section, all taken care of, okay? All taken care of. But this shit is all trash, guys. Look at this. It's all garbage. This shit, the fire didn't create all this. It's always been like that. That's why this mobile trailer has been abandoned probably for 5. Hell, I wouldn't be surprised if it was abandoned for 10 years. Audrey's mom never lived here. How do we know this? Because like I told you, right? Like I told you, Ronnie, her boyfriend, Ronnie, right? Nora's boyfriend, Audrey's mom's boyfriend, wrote in a Facebook text that he was still with his wife at the time, Martha. Was that 2024 or something like that? 2022? I don't remember the dates, but this shit, I think it was 2022. This shit happened in 2024. And it was abandoned when the fire department went out there. It's all documented. She loves documentation, right? She won't let up on anybody else. But she begs for mercy. Here's their this is the shed, right? But the shed, if you looked at it, it looks a hell of a lot more livable as far as what, you know, the condition, right? That's why they lived in that house right there that they called the shed. And Audrey wanted to trick you, but saying that all of this, look at the roof. Okay. There was no roof that was, remember she said the entire roof was burned down. Bullshit. And remember the video. Remember the video where she went to her mom's place and she was showing all of TikTok. Look, guys, there really was a fire. And then she pointed the camera at the window. And she says, this is where the fire department broke the windows, right? Broke the windows to get into the mobile trailer to put out the fire. Bullshit. Because in that article by the fire department, right? The windows were, the windows, Jessicos, were already broken. So explain that. You lied again, Audrey, on the stupidest little details to make your story fit even more, thinking that, well, no one will find out. I guess you ran into us, the people that actually provide legitimate receipts. So her claim, Audrey's claim of the window was smashed or broken into, and that was her evidence that the fire department came. That's bullshit. It's bullshit because the fire department noted back 2 years ago, back on June 5th, 2024, that the windows were all broken already. And it was an abandoned mobile trailer. Too easy, right? Too easy. So here it is right there. Got a little idea of what that area looks like. And it's all trash. Trash here. Trash here. I believe this is the garage or something like that. All trash. Even in these areas over here, trash. The only thing that's livable is this section over here. And that's where they moved into. They lived there the entire time. And you had Audrey's mom crying like the little bitch that she is. Sorry, but it's true. Calling me a jerk. Calling me a jerk? I'm the jerk. I'm not lying to people to get $200,000. I'm not lying to people, strangers on the internet, to get a down payment for a new home you should have never had in the first place. Because the fucking fire happened in 2024 of June 5. And it was abandoned even back then. Ouch. And you know what Audrey does? I'm going to tell you something. It just gets worse, guys. She emails me last night at 7:09 p.m. You can't make this shit up, guys. And this is her taking control of the situation. To make us fall in line, to pull on our empathetic strings, to be like, oh, we feel bad. No, fuck that. Here it is. Audacious Audrey emails me at 7:09 p.m. yesterday, out of the blue. Thank you for your live discussing my mom's boyfriend. Again, my last live stream was about discovering we found Ronnie, her mom's boyfriend. Why are you thanking me for finding him? I'm a nobody. You're her daughter. Didn't you know about Ronnie? But yet, how contradicting, because she claims that Ronnie is now abusive towards her mom, and she's going to get to the bottom of it. Bullshit. You're a liar. You're pawning off your lies that you told, and you got caught in the biggest way because you think you're the smartest person in the room. You're not. You're not. There's a lot more smarter people than you, clearly, and we're running circles around you. But here she is. Thank you for your live, morbid, discussing my mom's boyfriend. While I believe some things were mischaracterized, because, you know, she always has to tell you in a condescending way that you're wrong. You're wrong. You got a lot wrong there, but I'll give it to you. You have one thing right. It prompted a family member to start digging into the situation. What the fuck does this even mean? So your family is watching me and our live streams about your situation, and they realize they're smarter than you. They're like, fuck, Audrey didn't go into it. So me as the older sister or the younger sister or the older brother, whatever the situation is with their siblings, decided to go into it because I mentioned her mom's boyfriend. And that gave you the key to actually to open the door. So we did the hard lifting for your own family. Yeah. As a result, we discovered that my siblings and I were not told the full truth about several things. Again, putting the blame on mommy at this point. I'm reaching out to you as a worried daughter. Really? If you see how she's so manipulative, and she calls out the same sort of qualities in Gypsy Rose. Why would you believe her now? Everything that she's talked about in all of her videos is all horseshit. And you could find these things because she takes advantage of the fact that she is catering herself towards an audience that just doesn't care. As long as the hate train continues to flow, it's all right. They'll believe anything at this point. I'm reaching out to you as a worried daughter with one request. Please don't create additional content about this situation for now. Really? Coming from somebody like Audacious, how audacious of her, right, guys? To tell me and everyone else to not talk about this situation because she's a worried daughter. Have you seen the grossness that has come out of her when we called this out initially and said, do your research, Audrey? I don't think you have the truth here. She told us basically to fuck off. Then she goes and doxes Jessica's daughter. Her name, pictures that weren't readily available publicly by Audrey herself. Or actually Jess herself, I should say. And she has the gumption to ask me to not talk about it. When she went out and did a deep dive and paid money to exploit Bree and her situation with the arrest, and she's telling me as a worried daughter with one request, because, oh, just do me a solid, please, please, please. After she has reported us to her local police department, wasting their time, filing shitty, dumbass reports over Gypsy Rose Blanchard drama on the internet, calling the Pentagon, emailing them, and saying we're going to get ours. We heard it. Her threatening that she's going to go look into my family members. You guys remember that? I want to see the Lee family, the Nam family, the Kim family. We're going to go through all of it, blah, blah, blah. And here she is, knowing that she got caught red-handed, and it's a big fuck up. Requesting one request. Please don't create additional content about this situation for now, until she could get things under control. The living situation is true. This man does have my mother living in his shed. This man, Ronnie, put a gun to her head and said, you have to live in this shed. You see how she puts these words together to, it's clear, crystal clear gaslighting and manipulation right there. But people are smarter than you, Audrey. We ain't gonna fall for your dumbass shit. We know your character. You can't put one over on us ever. It's not going to happen. We're the ones that found out the truth for you. And you think you're going to pull this on us? Yeah, not going to happen. However, we have since discovered that the fire did not happen when my siblings and I were told it did. Sure. You went there. You saw the aftermath of something that burned 2 years ago. And then you claim that you saw water residue. You said that there was smoke inside. That's why you don't want to get smoke inhalation. Oh, you didn't want that because it was too dangerous for you to go back in the back room. Yeah, lies. We were led to believe it was much more recent than it actually was. Now, this oopsie could have been like, well, a month off, too much. Maybe 3 or 4. 2 years, though. 2 years. Get the fuck out of here. And it's an abandoned home. 2 years. And no one ever lived there. We were led to believe that. And learning that has caused us to question other things we've been told. Wow. Seems like me, Fancy, Jess Coast, we know more than, in fact, the viewers, the people's chat. We know more about her own family than she does. We knew her mom's boyfriend when she had no idea what was happening. She didn't know her mom's living situation. Her claiming that she knew basically that her mom actually did live in that mobile trailer. No, she didn't. You liar. You're such a liar. She said, my mom moved to the shed, but she was living. So it means that you never visited your fucking mom for the past few years, because clearly you didn't know she was living in the shed the entire time, that the mobile trailer was unoccupied for quite some time, actually. Years. Talking about 4, 5, 6, 7, maybe 10 years unoccupied. There's no one living there ever, really, for a long, long time. You're a liar, Audrey. So she's talking about the living situation here. blaming it right here on her mom in this email, right? And let's go to the next little paragraph that she writes, because she loves writing fucking novels. And honestly, I didn't read this. This is the first time I actually read that. Because you know me in long emails. I just took screenshots. I said, oh, it's from Audrey. All right. She's like, don't share with, fuck you. Fuck you. I actually hate you. I hate bond with myself over you. All right. Just cause fancy. No, we don't hate bond. I hate bond with myself over you. Okay. There we go. What we've uncovered has raised concerns that this could potentially involve an abusive relationship. Based on what? And here it comes. She first blames her mom, and now she's playing the, oh, wait, Ronnie did it. Ronnie's abusive. Based on what? What evidence? That your mom lived in the shed the entire time? She has no evidence. In fact, Audrey never knew what was going on this entire time. She pretended like she knew, but she didn't, because she didn't care. She jumped the gun and said, fuck it. If they're going to give me $200,000, let's go. Talking about we're going to put a down payment on $20,000, whatever, for this new home, a home that never existed. The mobile home was abandoned. They never lived in that home. And the shed that they lived in is perfectly fine. It's beautiful, actually. Have you seen the exterior and the interior? There's nothing wrong with it. There's no fire. There's nothing. It's livable conditions. So why are people on the internet having to pay for something that never existed? For a fire that happened 2 years ago. And at that time, it was abandoned as well. No one lived in there, not even a raccoon. So, at this point, we simply don't know. She never knows. You know, that's her thing. You know, when she talks about the child abuse situation with CPS investigating and finding her to be at fault, overwhelming evidence, preponderance of evidence that she neglected her child, considered under the umbrella of child abuse. You know what she says to this day? The same thing. At this point, I don't even know what happened. That's a quote of her. She doesn't know what happened. She just says, well, I wasn't there. I was out shopping, or I was taking a bath and drinking bath water. She still doesn't know to this day. She claims that. Look at the classic Audrey move to say that you don't know. You got caught lying, but now all of a sudden you have amnesia and you don't know what the fuck's happening here. You know, she doesn't know her name. She doesn't know her birthday. Sure. Coming from somebody that is well capable of pulling FOIAs like a son of a bitch and pay for them like a son of a bitch and have them same day FedExed overnight to her. Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think so. You know. Oh, you know, you just got caught. You got caught in the worst way. And finally, people are standing up to you that are actually smarter than you. Smarter. My siblings and I are trying to understand what has happened and determine the safest and most appropriate next steps. Really interesting. You'll also be happy to know, Morbid, that I've already begun issuing refunds. She wants me to be so proud of her. Oh my God, let's give her a round of applause. I call bullshit on that too. And I'm going to get into it. Why? Because her fucking GoFundMe doesn't exist. She deleted the entire campaign. You can't issue refunds in that matter. You have to contact GoFundMe and get that resolved, but you deleting the campaign makes it a little bit more difficult at this moment. Why did you delete the campaign? It's no longer available. How do we keep track of you giving everybody refunds? Because we're going to be on your ass until you actually show us all of them receipts, every single penny accounted for. Not only on your GoFundMe, on your Cash App, on your Venmo, Every single thing you collected, we're going to be on your ass. And so is the IRS. And, you know, I may think that the courts may want to understand that your mom tried to swindle money when she just recently, back in May, I believe, filed for bankruptcy, and it finalized on the same day you opened the GoFundMe for her. Huh, Audrey? All these things lining up. That is why Audrey is scared. Because this could be legal implications, maybe criminal, but more legal. Because those people, the debtors, the ones that are owed the debt from her mom, those companies, credit card companies, whoever the lenders were, they're going to want their fucking money back, knowing that she raised $8,000, $14,000, $20,000, whatever it is, okay? And they try to scam the system as well. Audrey helped in that by putting the GoFundMe under her name. Why would Audrey do that? Because she knew that her mom filed for bankruptcy. So those debtors, okay, or the companies that are looking to get their debt or their the money back from the debt that her mom Nora owed, they're like, what the fuck? Why are you trying to hide that information? And then there's tax implications involved. I mean, this is an entire scam. And Audrey knew that. That's why she put it under her name. Who the fuck in their right mind will put that under their name, even if it's her daughter, but clearly they're not close because she didn't know the living conditions of her own mom for the past few years. Why? Because that mobile trailer, she never lived there because it was abandoned years ago. You couldn't live in that trailer, that mobile trailer that had its exterior caught on fire because it was vacant and abandoned for quite some time. So why would Audrey put her name to collect the money, to only funnel that money to her mom so that Ronnie could what? They didn't lose anything. And Nora knew this, and I know Audrey knew it. But now she's trying to blame her mom first, but then says, wait, hold on one second. Well, you know what? Let's put the onus on Ronnie and say he abused you, mom. And we're looking into the abuse that clearly didn't exist because there's no evidence of that. And now she's trying to say, well, we're just going to keep it a private matter. Now she wants to keep it a private matter when she made it the most public matter in the first place by asking for $200,000 from everybody on the internet. And she even, in her own words, in the video where she was in the car with her mom, faking it till you make it, she says out of her own mouth, Audrey says, Mommy, I told the internet all of your business. And now she wants it private because she done got caught. She done got caught. And it's hard to backpedal. You know, especially for the elite who understand what's going on here. It's absolutely clear. Here it is right here. You also, Morbid, would be happy for me to know that I've already begun issuing refunds. And on Monday, which is tomorrow, I'll be working with GoFundMe to sort out the remaining funds. Why don't you put us on a conference call so I can hold you accountable? Put me in on that conference call. Let me record that shit and make sure you actually tell GoFundMe that you deleted the campaign. And I want to know exactly how much money. How are you going to show us? How are you going to show us the end, the money that the final amount, the total amount? How do we know? I know it was about $8,000 or something like that, maybe more from the last I checked. But how do we know? Because we want to make sure every single penny goes back. Not only on GoFundMe, but also on Cash App. I need to see a scroll. I need you to scroll through day one from donation one. Scroll it, show it to us, show it to everybody on your TikTok page or a YouTube page. Show it and show us where you sent those folks their money back, regardless if they don't want it now because their hate blinds them. It's the only thing to do. It's not only the right thing to do, it's the only thing to do, especially if you claim that you're all about truth. Well, why are you taking people's money based on complete lies? And now you're backpedaling and you refuse to give answers now, and you want to keep it a private issue now when you made it all about you put your mom's business out there for everyone to scrutinize. You don't like to be scrutinized. And here we are, and we're not going anywhere. We're not. I'm being completely open and honest with you. Oh, thank you. I love when she's honest. I don't know the last time she's ever been honest. Come on. That is so funny. After all that we've been through for the past week with this numbskull douchebag, she thinks she's gonna, cozy up to me and be like, please, Morbid, just give me one chance here. Don't talk about it. I know I fucked up. I mean, this is an admission of guilt, right, guys? I mean, this is an email of guilt, and it's pretty pathetic. You're pathetic. Audrey the pathetic. I'm being completely open and honest with you, Morbid. My mother has never behaved this way toward her children before. These past few months. Yeah, her mom was an angel for 66 years. Liar. That is such bullshit. So dumb. We all know what our moms are capable of. Well, if you're close to your mom, you would know. Maybe Audrey's not close to her mom. Clearly, she's not. She never knew where she was living. She never lived in that mobile home trailer. It was abandoned the entire time. She actually moved into the shed. The shed was her home. She lost nothing. But her mom sat there in the car calling me a jerk, crying like a jerk off, ass clown, faking it with her daughter. And they're doing the kissy because they're so close, right? But here she is. She has no idea about her mom living situation or anything like that. Now, you're a liar. You're a liar. My mother has never behaved this way towards her children. And because of that, we're looking at several past events differently. Oh, like what? All of a sudden, her mom's the bad guy now. She had no idea. It came out of left field, She's 66 years old. This is the first time in over 6 decades her mom behaved this way. She lied. Her mom never lied before. Her mom just woke up when she turned 66 and said, fuck it. I'm going to lie to my daughters. Yeah, Audrey, nice try, weirdo. How gross is it? Again, the key word being gross. That you would blame your own mom for the situation that you put yourself in there, Audrey. And what's great is she was praising herself. She's like, see guys, I always tell the truth. Ha ha ha. Fuck Jessica's, fuck Morbid, fuck the nobody. Oh, she's singing a different tune now, especially in this email, this pathetic email of hers. Begging, pleading, please show mercy on me and my 66-year-old mom. Hey, it brings me back to Becca Scoops. Remember Shugaboo saying, I'm 61 and stupid. I'm 60. Well, I guess Nora is 66 and stupid. I love how all these shitheads just intersect with stupidity. And because of what we're looking at, several past events differently, including injuries that we previously accepted at face value. Oh, like her broken femur, possibly. Remember that? Remember? Her mom's disabled now. What, she has bruises all over her now? What are you talking about? What are you talking about, really? Such as her fractured femur. Okay, I Guess I predicted that one. I don't know whether she was manipulated. This email is manipulating as fuck. Whether she was acting under pressure. Oh, she's throwing out all the options right now. All of her lying options that she's going to choose, select. Whether this is an abusive relationship. Really. Ronnie, I'll message you after this, okay? After this live stream, Ronnie. I'll reply back to you. You're in my good graces, Ronnie. We love you. We hope things will work out with you and Nora into the future. But I don't think it's going to happen. Is an abusive relationship, or whether the two of them planned everything together, we simply don't know yet. Wow. Wow, this is awesome. I love it. I love this already dysfunctional family, pieces of shit. You know, scamming every which way. The government, you know, lenders that were so gracious enough to give them thousands and thousands of dollars only to, not get paid, in the sense that they're going to go ahead and scam together this GoFundMe for a house that never existed, for a fire that happened over 2 years ago, to a mobile trailer that was never lived in, and it wasn't even burnt down. The roof is intact. Sure. We don't buy it. We don't have to, because the truth is the truth. And finally, she ends with this. Audrey says, for my mother's safety. For your mother's safety. What about our safety? From assholes and idiots like you on the internet. Where's our safety? From the ignorance. If you choose to discuss this publicly, I ask that you limit it to reading my public statement. Go fuck yourself. Your public statement. Who the fuck are you? She thinks I work for her, guys. What is she, the president now? I'm just going to read her statement for her? Like, remember Sugarwoo did? Remember? He read her shitty statement. Well, you know, the irony here is every time Gypsy Rose puts out a public statement on her TikTok, you know, Gypsy puts out a little blurb. What do these people do? They tear that shit apart, make fun of it. Has Gypsy ever reached out to Audrey and said, Audrey, could you please, just read my public statement over here and don't talk about anything else but that, okay? Please don't speculate, she's telling me. Please don't speculate or share additional details that could provoke or anger her boyfriend. Here she does it again, blaming her boyfriend for something he's not guilty of. There is no signs, no evidence to show that her boyfriend is the abusive one. What if Nora is the abusive one? What if you're putting him in danger? Ever think about that, Audrey? No, because you're entitled and you're a smug son of a bitch that doesn't give two shits about anybody else, not even your own mom. Not even your own mom. You only care about yourself. In fact, you didn't even care about the situation that was so serious that led to your child, who's 1 month old at the time, to be disabled for the rest of his entire life when he never deserved that and still doesn't to this day. And you still come up with excuses of you not knowing. The Audrey line of, I don't know what happened. I don't even know to this day. It's been 16, 17 years or so. I still don't know what happened, guys. I just don't know. Why? How would you not know what happened to your child who was only a newborn? and something where the ribs were broken. Head trauma to the point that there was fractures in the skull with hematomas and hemorrhaging of the brain. How do you not question it at that moment? Were you on drugs or something? How do you not question it that week? But then you go back to the person that actually created it in your mind. So was it you? Because no one seems to know, but the person that took it all was your husband, Colt, who you went back to multiple times after. The patterns are the same. You see it in broad daylight here of Audrey. Please don't speculate or share additional details that could provoke or anger her boyfriend, Ronnie, until we understand exactly what we're dealing with. My priority is protecting my mother. While she shits on everybody else, she's so busy doing daily TikTok videos and YouTube and live streams. Yet she's trying to say that she's protecting her mother. You don't care about your mother because you didn't know about your mother and the living situation. I had to tell you from the information that we gathered. To the point you had to thank me in this email at the top. My siblings and I cannot immediately get to her if something were to happen. Again, blaming, putting that sense of danger, that her mom's in danger because Ronnie's going to do something when he finds out. Don't you think you already put your mom in danger if that was the case, which it's not? But think about it. She put Ronnie's business out there saying that he may be abusing her. She put that on a fucking TikTok video, guys. Yesterday or today. She's the one that brought that to the internet. That Ronnie is to be blamed here. She brought it to the internet. So essentially, if you're not with your mom now, which is weird because I thought you were supposed to be with your mom and taking care of her, why can't you just drag her ass back to where you live? This entitled one. What, you looking for a down payment still on a home that never existed? So here it is. My siblings and I cannot immediately get to my mom if something were to happen. And I don't want anything said online to unintentionally make an already difficult situation worse. It's all everyone else's fault. That is exactly what Audrey's saying right now. It's all everyone else's fault. It's never her fault. She's the one that's putting her mom in danger. It's her mouth. It's her internet activity. Where she's unfairly actually accusing Ronnie of something that he's not guilty of. There has been no abuse. She can't prove it. She's the one speculating when she's telling us not to speculate. We're not speculating. We're just going by the facts that we can prove. Something that you don't know, you don't do when it comes to you. And trust me, you don't do when it comes to others as well. So all of your Gypsy Rose shit is bullshit. Is all bullshit. Everything you've done is bullshit. And I saw it in the Autumn Terror coverage. Everything that you covered, the way you cover it, is complete falsehood, gaslighting. You add your own shit in there to actually make it something that it really isn't. That's where you done fucked up. And every time you do that, you could be proven wrong. And here we are. And here you are. With this. From fire to hope, help my mom rebuild. That was the title. Where is the GoFundMe? Just like case studies did. Deleted. Dirty deleting. Dirty deleters they are. Case studies deleted his campaign too, so it can never be accessed for anyone to quickly see the history of what it was. Getting rid of evidence. When you do this, and I'll tell you this, when you do, you get rid of, you delete the GoFundMe campaign like you see on the screen right here. Deleting the campaign doesn't automatically process refunds. Now, in order for her, Audrey, to refund all of the money, she's going to have to issue those refunds before deleting the actual fundraiser. And before those funds were transferred to her bank. And those funds, where are they, Audrey? Where are those funds? How did you delete a campaign on GoFundMe without transferring the funds to your bank account? Where is it? Because we know, most likely, you didn't refund anybody on GoFundMe. Maybe a couple people, I don't know. Where's the proof, though? How much money did you make? What was your total? Where are the receipts? We can't access them because you dirty deleted it because you got caught. Everything is suspicious here. Everything is fraudulent. Everything is to cover up shit for her purposes of avoiding legal action against her, because this doesn't have to deal with the internet. This has to deal with the bankruptcy issues, the people that are owed the debt solely based on a lie that you're going to collect all this money for your mom. And if your mom is going to have all this money, why isn't she able to try to pay back those debtors and her debt? Something to think about there for sure. So it's just absolutely absurd that she deleted her campaign. Fundraiser not found. Please check the URL and try again. This fundraiser is right here at the top. You see it. Here it is. It's the fundraiser. From Fire to Hope, Help My Mom Rebuild. Even that title screams scam, fraud. Rebuild what? Because she never lived in that mobile trailer. In fact, I question whether she was even there when the fire actually happened. But even if she was, she wasn't living there. She was always living in that shed from day one, because that mobile trailer was abandoned even back in 2024. Practical Magic, thank you so much. No place better to be than grifting with the nobodies. Absolutely. Where's our 200 G's? I have a trailer. Oh. All right, moving along here. So she deleted that, and here she is on a live stream the other day, and pointing. She dug up and stalked. This is what she does. She doesn't care. Audrey didn't care about what's happening with her mom or anything. She says, "Oh, I'm concerned about her safety," and it's bullshit because she's busy digging into other people's children. This is Jess Coase on the screen here. I believe this is a post from her IG. I miss you more than anything in the world. Speaking of her daughter, who she, I believe, lost. She even says this. Jess Coase says, I lost my daughter when she was 9. Now, loss, like I've mentioned before, doesn't mean death, okay? Because Audrey wanted to spin it this way. So, but Audrey's gross, so we know this is exactly what Audrey does. But instead of helping and figuring out Ronnie, who the hell's Ronnie? What is the situation about the mom? Because you were there physically, Audrey. You were fucking there. And you saw that wasn't a fire that recently happened. That was a fire of a mobile trailer park or home that was abandoned. And it happened over 2 years ago. But here she is busy digging into Jess's life and her daughter's life. And I thought that side wants to leave children alone, right? They always scream it. I mean, you got that pussy case over there. Oh, leave my child alone. But here's him platforming a wife beater, and also someone who actually looks into other people's children. So where's the line drawn then? When it doesn't suit them, I guess, right? When it doesn't suit them, it's okay when their others do it. They don't care. They turn a blind eye here. See, that's the hypocrisy I've been talking about since day fucking one. We pinpointed it on multiple people already, creators. And the list is going to continue. Like I said, we're open for business, and we just arrived, and we just got started. And now others are seeing that. Now we're having other people join in this mission to make sure that, their nonsense just doesn't go unchecked. We're the new sheriffs in town, all of us. And we're watching. Like I said, Morbid is watching, and we're all a little morbid. Thus, we're all watching now. And that never ends. But here she is, Audrey, busy digging into other people's children, doxing them. And what else does she do? This Audrey. Here she is right here. If you could look at this section here, this is Audrey. And this is how Audrey is. Okay. Because not only does she dox Jessica's daughter, shows a picture that wasn't available to the public. Okay. All right. But she goes on to do this, talk about revenge porn, actual real revenge porn, not like the bullshit that they're claiming Sheena did when she censored everything and all that, which was initially done by Autumn Terra and Mimi over there on TikTok, showing Rogie's stuff and really putting that over his head as if it was like, holding him hostage for a situation he was never a part of, blackmailing the shit out of him. But here is Audrey even admitting on a TikTok, I remember when I found nudes in my husband's phone of someone in his command. But I was on fluoxetine, I guess a drug or something. So instead of confronting him, my husband, who's cheating on me, I just forwarded the pictures of this innocent random lady, right? That your husband, who right? Who you claim did something to your son, or, that he was guilty of. Here she is, instead of confronting the husband like any normal person would do, like, fuck it, I ain't gonna do it. Well, check this out. I just forwarded the pictures of her nudes to everyone in their company. The people on base. She forwarded this innocent girl's nudes and went back to sleep. Who does that? And she's proud of the fact that she went back to sleep. So where is the outcry now? Where, that's why these people can't hold anybody accountable. It's a joke at this point because they have darker demons and skeletons in their closet than any of us will ever have. Show us. Who's going to step up to speak the truth? We're here. We're here. We've actually always been here, but we were a little bit busy back in the day dealing, I guess, being sheep in a sense. Even though our intentions were always good to get justice for Dee Dee, which clearly turned out to be a sham almost. And there's really nothing left but people like this leading the way. All the OGs are pretty much gone. And that includes Fancy, who was probably here first, like I've mentioned in my last live stream. If it wasn't for her, would there even be an anti-gypsy community? Because if it wasn't for her information, they wouldn't have been able to constantly, daily come up with, well, at least we now got the medical record so we could prove this and that. Well, and what did they do to their OGs? What do they do to the people that actually tried, had good intentions to want to get actually shit done without the dysfunction, without the chaos and the drama, and really get together and complete something like we did with the urn, like we did when we want to celebrate Dee Dee's birthday and moments. But this is what they're left with. People like this, characters like this on your screen. Read that, clip it, take a screenshot, because that is as gross as it gets. For her to be proud, okay, that she set out an innocent woman's nudes because her husband was unfaithful to the entire military company and went back to sleep and is proud of it to the point she posted. No shame, no morals, no integrity. GROS as gross. Moving along here. What else? There's so much more. Here she is, driving around. Driving around. She claims that we've threatened. She claims that Fancy threatened. Because Fancy threatened, I guess, right? Which is not true, because Fancy's just sharing what she has learned from reading this dumbass's book, this vile individual right here. But because she always she has to be the perpetual victim constantly, Audrey. And look at her. She's such a tough guy, though, because this is her being gross again. Imagine talking shit online, thinking you're safe, and suddenly I'm in your driveway. Who's threatening who now in real life? But that's okay. But that's okay. They accept that. I think it's pretty obvious. And now, consider everything. All the clapbacks that Audrey has done on her TikTok and her live streams, her videos, clapback at people that have merely criticized her or questioned her, whether it's Fancy, whether it's Just Coast. Keep me out of it. Because they're really the ones that were questioning. Sure, I brought up certain things, but again, I have a different style. So I don't want to, mix myself in with those two. Who's threatening who? Right. Hell, Fancy and Just Co should be calling the Pentagon ASAP. All the joking aside, though, I mean, I think we're proving a point here. Pattern of behavior here. Speaking of the Pentagon here, we have another Ring door camera sort of situation. And she has emailed them. She actually broke into Pete Hegseth's office, into their classified recordings. There you are, Fancy, right there. They couldn't get a real picture of me, so they have my avatar here. But you see these officers right here. Hey, you can't put that in there. So, no, it's not AI. It's actually legitimate. I love this picture right here. Look. Take a Closer look. Yep, that is definitely you, Fancy. Uh-oh, we're in trouble now. It's top secret as well. Look out. Look out. Is there anything else here before we hit some of the videos down? I'm going to shut up for a bit. I think that's it on that. Yeah, that was it. Okay. So what I'll do first is play you the original video right here. This is, let me see. This is when she was so entitled, talking about, watch this. It's,
Gypsy Road. I have an update for everybody, and it's going to piss the haters off. As you know, I have received a lot of criticism for trying.
Hey guys, is the audio okay? Was the audio bad initially? Well, you know what? Fuck it, because I fixed it. All right, here we go. Sorry, guys. Thank you for the $10 super chat. Wicked Queen, I believe. These lies about their families home nursing, or they lie about their families home nursing. They lie about their children, lie about every aspect of their lives, and blame others. Disgusting. Yeah. Gross, I would say. Gross. Yes. So let me see who else fan funded earlier. If I missed anybody, I'm sorry. Wicked Queen had $5 super chat before. Says, what is wrong with these people? I guess some believe, even without full proof of everything they are told. Yep, that's exactly the anti-gypsy side. You know, the pro-gypsy side, or the people that are in the middle, or just don't care about the case anymore, they always ask for receipts, even for their own people. Sheena's always asking me, hey, Morbid, did you do this or that or not? Do you have any proof that you did or didn't do it? They ask me. And I tell them to fuck off. No, I'm kidding. No. We're the unholy trinity, clearly. Sheena, Bree, and the Holy Bones. So acknowledge us and accept us now. Confess, motherfuckers. We're all the new sheriffs in town. And it's good. It's good to have others brave enough to come out as well. As far as putting their own channels temporarily at risk, whether Reddit users, YouTubers, viewers as well, anybody that has been a part of the anti-gypsy community prior, made friends there. We all know we were there, and being here is an absolute, you know, they're already going to label you as such, as they will. And the hate will come. And a lot of people already felt it already. A lot of people know. In the chats, in the comment sections, when they're making content, creators are looking at their comment sections and reading certain things. And but it's telling. And once you open your eyes to what's really going on, then you throw your hands up in the air and say, why was I even part of this initially? This wasn't what I was thinking of how things should have gone. And you can never go back again. Once you see it, you just can't go back there. But there's so many over there. Audrey, Case, Becca Scoops, that hold on to it as much as possible till the wheels fall off, essentially. But those are the people that sold out. They like to call us sellouts and all this, and we've changed. We've changed for the better. I can assure you that. We've seen a different direction. It almost makes you sick that you're a part of their group ever and their community. But they like to mix us back into their group, saying, let's get rid of the toxicity of our community. Yo, we're not a part of your community. We haven't been since we started this. We decided not to be. But So yeah, it's always good to acknowledge the people that are willing to put their own, I guess, what do you call it? I can't even think of words these days. Well, they're willing to put the cause above themselves, meaning they're not entitled. They're not ones out here trying to grift, especially off of a tragedy, and using the victim's name and deity to carry out their sort of their numbers to grow, you know, because that's essentially the formula. If you stick to the plan and you stick to the hate script, you will be successful, especially if you have some charisma, you have a little bit of a way to kind of do a panel or host a panel. I mean, you don't need a whole bunch of talent, but as long as you have that, you're going to be able to find success temporarily in a niche market. But that is never fulfilling, and it never has been for me, because when you realize it and you see it for yourself, what actually is going on, you can never go back there again. And if you do, you know you're faking it till you make it again. So, all right, let's go ahead and listen into this initial sort of video from Audrey, which, by the way, she deleted everything. Dirty deleted, just like case studies. Dirty deletes everything. This is what they do. Audrey has deleted everything, even the GoFundMe campaign itself that she's supposed to be refunding everybody on. Here it is.
Gypsy Road. I have an update for everybody, and it's going to piss the haters off. As you know, I have received a lot of criticism for trying to help my mother, including claims that what I was doing was a scam. And genuinely, I would like to say thank you to everybody that did go and report that. Because did you know that whenever you go and you report it and GoFundMe reaches out to you about such things, they ask for evidence, they ask for proof, and all the details that matter, because it's like their job, you know, to make sure that things are legit. And GoFundMe did that. After I turned in all of the documents to show there was a fire, where the fire happened, that my mother resided there, as well as the police reports to show why it is showing my name as the recipient instead of my mother's name because of the ongoing situation in the background, GoFundMe made a decision. I'm not going to bore you with every detail in this. The temporary hold on my account has been cleared, and a legitimate fundraiser. So, there you have it. From the
All of that was lies. She totally lied. She talked about a police report, talked about the fire department and all this. The police report. What police report did you submit? What documents did you submit to prove that there was a fire recently? Because there wasn't one. So how did you do that? What, did you AI it? Because I see her AIing shit. Did you AI those documents? Is that what you did? And you submitted it to GoFundMe, thinking that nobody was going to catch on to the lies that you were telling, lie after lie. Police report doesn't exist. Fire department report or whatever doesn't exist. Well, not for a fire that recently happened. Sure, a fire back in 2024 of an abandoned mobile trailer. I mean, we already went over this. Look at her lying in that video right there. The one she just deleted today. She was dirty deleting probably last night, actually. Why would you delete? She questioned, why did Jess Coast take out 10 minutes or whatever of her videos? Why did you take out 100% of all the videos about your GoFundMe, and you deleted 100% of your GoFraudMe campaign? To the point you can't even initiate any sort of refund. Hey, thank you so much for that person that just got Annie, are you okay stickers on SirMorbidX.com. All right. So there's that. So that's what clearly she's lying. She knows she's lying. She's coming up with false police reports that she submitted to GoFundMe because they thought it might have been a scam. And all along, it was fraudulent. Fraudulent. And of course it's a scam because you lied through your teeth to the point you deleted your campaign and all videos. Because you want to hide it. You want to hide and mislead again and gaslight again with your smugness, your entitlement. You should have left when you said you were going to leave, like the coward you were when we were calling out Becca Scoops. And you sat there destroyed, thinking, I don't want to get entangled in this mess. Because the moment she started speaking badly about Becca Scoops, when right here, I was calling her out with receipts to the point Audrey came up on panel to confirm that my receipts were legit. What does she do? She made a post on YouTube saying she is done with the Gypsy Rose content and she's moving on because she was afraid of the backlash she was getting when she came up on my panel to merely confirm that Annie Scoops, those emails were Becca Scoops. She saw that comment section in the live chat and she saw them turning on her. And she decided to protect her home, her own and her grift. Not only grift on money, but grift on her ego. Kissel's here. Should I bring up people? I had more, though. I need to take a piss. Why don't you come up and entertain people here again? All right, let me get a StreamYard ready. But yeah. We just make too much sense here, guys. It's just too easy. It really you can't slice it any other way. All right, let me get this set up. I don't even know how long I've been on here. I guess I could open it up. Open panel. And you know what? Be relentless. You know, again, don't allow people to scare you away thinking that you're alone, because a lot of people thought they were alone in any battle against that mob, that hate mob. Again, there's new sheriffs in town and we're going to help you out. Reach out to me. Reach out to me, sirmorbidx@gmail.com. If you feel like you're being attacked on your own, that no one else is there to help you out, I got you covered. And when I say I mean we. Because for the very first time in 10 years of being online, I never really organized a group of people, smart people, dedicated, loyal people to one another, not me. Dedicated to one another. And how effective that's going to be for anything that we need to accomplish to make sure no one feels alone in any sort of fight on the internet. We move together. We don't think together, though. That's the difference. And that's what makes it that much more powerful. Okay. A lot of talent, too. A lot of skill sets going on here. And so let's see here. By the way, the StreamYard link is available if people want to join. That was for you, dumbass. Or Kizzle. Oh, boy. All right. It should be pinned at the bottom, by the way. There are some more videos. I wanted to get to the crying video. It's 11 minutes, man. But I want to play this because I think this is a good video to see. And This is about Audrey, of course. Let me see here. I'm going to play it. Didn't get permission to, but I'm going to do it anyhow. Here it is.
Had a bleed on his brain and a fracture on the front right side of his skull, multiple left posterior rib fractures, a skull fracture on the back of his head, retinal hemorrhaging, possible shaken baby syndrome, stroke. Dumbass, I work with fucking kids. Shut the fuck up, you fucking loser. Shut the fuck up. Dumbass, I work with fucking kids. Are you seriously this dumb? Shut the fuck up. It was child abuse. 21-year-old me was smart enough to pull the wool over the United States fucking government because it was a federal fucking investigation led by the United States Army, and I convinced them that my baby daddy was guilty and I was innocent. His excuse for what happened was legitimate. So yes, I did go back to him and I moved out. And whenever the caseworker was like, blah, 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 I went back again. Shut the fuck up. I did not blame my daughter. I wrote in the book what happened. I didn't say, I know this happened. I don't know what the fuck happened. I still don't know the fucking details to this day. Dr. Chang delivered the confusing news. Luke had a bleed on his brain and a fracture on the front right side of his skull, multiple left posterior rib fractures, a skull fracture on the back of his head, retinal hemorrhaging, possible shaken baby syndrome, stroke. Stunned, he inquired if Luke had experienced a head injury. I immediately protested that I had no knowledge of any such incidents, much less one that would cause such a drastic result. A few days earlier, Taylor playing nearby, her foot accidentally hit Luke on the head. Dumbass, I work with fucking kids. Are you seriously this dumb? It was child abuse. It was child abuse.
Fuck you, cause I ain't in the mood today. Half of y'all don't really fuck.
Damn it, copyright. All right. Hey, check this out. We got a guest here finally. Who dis? Who dis? Uh-oh, it's Ken. It's the Urkizzle. It's the Ken and Trump era. Can't hear you, pal. Speak up. He's there. He's there. She is very aggressive, right, Mac? Very, very aggressive. Disgusting. Huge. Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Oh,
okay.
Shit.
I'm in.
Yes, we could hear you, buddy. I mean,
I just came to warn you, dude. You're getting some deep water right now. She might call the Pentagon on you, bro. I'm just telling you right now. You might want to chill. She's
Ken and Trump
Pentagon.
Can you protect me, Ken and Trump, please?
She might, she might get her boy DT on the line. Listen, everybody. Everything's on the back burner now. My girl Chicken Nuggets in trouble. Okay.
Chicken Nuggets.
We're gonna have to Chicken Nuggets in trouble. All right. Halt the war in Iran. All right. We got bigger priorities here. Gypsy Rose drama is infecting my girl Chicken Nugget. Everybody get on the case. You got to be careful. She's got the Pentagon on speed dial.
Isn't that crazy though? What do you think about it? Did you laugh your ass off when you heard
I fucking laughed my ass off when I heard about that. It just sounds like something that you would say in like the 5th grade to like the lunchroom bully. Like, yeah, don't take my lunch money or I'll have my mom call the Pentagon on you. Like it's so fucking ridiculous that I couldn't help but laugh. I'm sorry. It's hilarious.
Over your baby mama. I didn't know the Pentagon was taking calls over your baby mama.
That's how important Gypsy is. Like we got the CIA in our back pocket. Like call the Pentagon, they'll take care of you. Gypsy Rose drama is more important than all the other issues in the country.
Dude, did you ever think that would even come across like somebody would be emailing the Pentagon, calling the Pentagon in regards to all this first shit?
It's I gotta say it was surprising. It's fucking hilarious though.
It is so
it's fucking hilarious.
Oh man.
Y'all better watch out. I'm gonna email the Pentagon if y'all keep messing with me. It's like
Dude, have you been That is wild.
Oh
man.
god damn, dude.
I still can't believe
it.
Dude,
the Gypverse is just it's always forever entertaining. Like it's never boring over here,
Do you know
levels of
what's your favorite moment of your favorite memory of just anything from the past how long? 2 years now. Like,
2 years.
Does anything stick out as your favorite moments of stupidity or dumb? I don't know, just like something that
Dude, I've never. There's just so many. I can't. I think probably my favorite is the amount of people who rally behind this the fake baby thing. Like that's pretty hilarious to me. And just to hear their their conception of that. Like, Ken lives in Florida and he just travels to go see Gypsy on the weekends. Like, how much fucking money do you think I have? Like, you think I have a private jet that I'm just flying back and forth between Florida every fucking weekend to go see Gypsy and Aurora?
Well, it does say it says K Trump on it on the side of the
It does. He's my boy, dude. He takes care of me. He flies me out. I go meet him up in Mar-a-Lago. We fly out together every weekend to go see my baby. My dad's a Freemason. We're just loaded.
So the fake baby thing, right? When it was conceived, did you laugh at it first, or were you pissed off a little bit about like what the fuck?
No, dude. Nothing pisses me off really. It's I love to sit back and just at first I was like, this is so ridiculous. Like, what kind of a fucking dumbass is gonna rally behind this? And then I still see it to this day. Like, people just like trying to conceptualize and like rationalize that, like, nope, Ken definitely lives in Florida. And he comes up only on weekends and special occasions. And it's just like, what? Like, you think I just fly back and forth every single weekend to go see Gypsy and Aurora? Like, I don't understand where they're coming from, or like how they rationalize this amongst themselves.
What about the breakup rumors? Because that seems like a quarterly thing.
Yeah,
for the last 2 years, 3, 2.
Yeah,
you guys never address that anyhow, because maybe it's a waste of time. They're not going to believe you anyhow if you said we're still together. Wait,
there's no point addressing anything because nobody believes it. Exactly like what you said. Nobody believes it anyhow. I can sit here and debunk every single rumor, but people are just gonna dismiss it. No. You're lying. I believe this instead. This is my fake AI baby in the background. Everybody here.
Can you turn the volume down on that thing?
Come here. Come here. Oh, okay, that should be better.
Turn it around and see where it's made. Is it the Philippines?
I gotta go plug her in
Taiwan?
real quick. Hold on. She's running on low battery. What you want?
Wireless charger on it, I guess. Now, if it's made in Japan, it's probably legitimate as quality, But if it's China made, then I don't know, man. You might have to.
No comment on that one. Oh
man.
I know.
Hey, y'all just went on the trip, right? Did you go see your mom, dude?
Yeah, we did. We went to go see my mom in Austin, kind of last minute. We were only out there for a day. Had the 4th together. There. Yeah, it's only like a 7.5 hour drive from where I live, so it wasn't too bad.
Damn,
spent the day.
That's a lot. That's a long drive.
Yeah. It's not as bad as my drive from Florida every weekend. I'll tell you that.
That's true.
That's like 14 hours,
You live in Florida, right? Did you see any, fire in the mobile home or anything? Did you see fire anywhere?
Saw some. I think I may have seen some smoke on the horizon. I'm not sure.
You did, right? Like,
I'm not sure.
In 2024, though, because that's when it happened,
Oh, is that where the alleged fire was? Was in Florida? See,
yeah, it was in Florida. Yeah.
Gotcha. What part of Florida?
If I showed you an aerial, you think you'd know? Maybe.
Maybe.
Here, let me pull up an aerial and see if you could pinpoint it.
We don't want to dox anybody. Okay?
No. I mean, no one lives there anyhow. Not anymore. I guess it's burned down. Let me see here. I'll do a share screen with you. Hold on 1 second here. Share screen, blah, blah, blah. Share screen. Gotcha. Here you go. All right. You see that?
Let me see. Hold on. Okay.
Where is that? Hold on.
It looks like the Everglades. I have no idea.
Is it? What landfill is it?
Couldn't tell you.
Is this where they collect trash and just dump it?
What's all the like all the shit around the edges of all these trailers?
The
What is all
black
that?
thing here?
Yeah, what is
It's
all
just
that?
garbage, dude. Just broken wood, piles of just junk. Oh, dude. And you know this is the trailer right here. Do you see the trailer that I don't know if you see
So
my
that's
cursor.
the one. Yeah, no, I can see. That's the one that burned down.
Yeah, the 6424 right there.
Or no, like the story changed, right? As of like yesterday.
It didn't burn
actually
down.
burn
It was
down?
just
Okay.
it was an exterior of the porch area, just the exterior of that kitchen area, that corner. And it didn't even really
Gotcha.
burn down. It just caught fire. But nobody lived there back in 2024. It was abandoned that was the report by the fire department that no one lived there. So
Yeah, I mean, you've done your research. I have no idea.
yeah, so no one lived there back in 2024. They lived here in this place right here, this little shed, kind of small home. It's not too small actually, but if you zoom in on it, but yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah.
You just gotta love the visuals though, But
so what's the update? The story changed. There was actually no fire. There was nothing that actually burned down. Is that what I'm hearing?
okay, so the fire took place June 5th, I believe, 2024. So that's exactly 2 years ago in a month.
Okay.
But
But it was reported like it was recent.
Well, that's what Audrey said. And like her mom's house
Right.
just recently burned down. Burned down
Right.
is the key word. And she's like, I need $200,000 for for a new home.
Right. Right.
But turns out the fire happened 2 years ago. So there's that big lie. And she never lived in the damn mobile trailer anyhow. She never lived there. So even if it
So it
did
was a
burn
scam.
down,
It's just a big scam.
it's a scam. It's a fraud. And now she's backpedaling. And then now she's blaming her mom for lying to her. And also, I guess she's speculating that maybe her mom's boyfriend, who initially that was supposed to be his trailer. So, it's just wild. It's just she's trying to backtrack, and now she's claiming that the boyfriend is possibly abusive with any evidence at all pointing that direction of.
I feel like every GoFundMe that I've ever seen in this whole Gypverse, as y'all like to call it, has always been a scam. Like the Billboard GoFundMe was a big scam.
That was a scam. That's a great point.
This one, like
the
maybe if there's a GoFundMe in the Gypverse, probably just don't donate. It's probably just
they fall for it every single time. Hook, line, and sinker. Case Studies did a recent Go Fraud Me for $4,000. He stole that because he never needed the attorney fees, and they never have to show receipts that they actually spent the money for what it was supposed to be used for.
I'm gonna start a GoFundMe right now for the 2027 model of the AI Reborn doll.
I think
please, guys, donate.
Those are expensive.
We need the upgraded model. Aurora's growing up, so we have to upgrade to the toddler. We still only have the baby, so please help me out. I'm gonna go ahead and post a link below if you guys can.
Aurora's name is actually Tesla. Did you know that?
I did not.
She's the Tesla model.
Oh, did you hear that, Aurora?
Yeah, we can hear.
She's excited.
Elon Musk's creation.
Dude, I mean, he is the GOAT after all. He knows what he's doing.
He is actually. Oh man, I can't wait. I can't wait for the next model though. This one's getting a little boring.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, exactly. I mean, like that's what I love about the no baby theory. Like, I guess in their eyes, I have to just keep upgrading, right? Like, I have to just keep for the rest of my life. Eventually, I have to get the toddler, and then I have to get the teenager, and then the adult model, and just go on from there. Just for the rest of my life, just pretend that Aurora is real. For what? Who do you think is paying me for this?
Dude, did she get scared of the fireworks, or is this her first time listening to some of the fireworks?
So last summer we went to my mom's house as well, but she was only like 6 months old at the time, so we kept her inside. But we brought her outside this time. At first, she was a little frightened, but we held her the whole time, and eventually she got excited about it and she had fun. So
that's good.
We all had a good time. We all had a good time.
Yeah, she was probably like, "What's all this loud noise and crazy lights and
Yeah.
stuff?"
Yeah. Like I said, at first she was a little frightened. She was kind of tucking her head into my shoulder a little bit, but eventually she was amazed and in awe of the fireworks. So she had fun.
That's cool. That's good. Though.
Yeah.
I didn't know you were going to go to your mom's though. How's
I
your
didn't
mom?
either. It was a very last minute kind of decision. Like I had other plans, and then those plans changed. So I called my mom like on the evening of the 3rd, and I was like, "Hey, is it cool if we come by?" She was like, "Absolutely." So we just drove, made the drive out there. Got there a little after midnight into the 4th. And, yeah, just had all day yesterday, and we left today.
I heard, Autumn Terror finally got to meet Gypsy and her niece. Is that true, or is that another lot? No, I'm kidding.
No, wait. Did she say that she came?
No,
because she definitely wasn't there.
You know what? She probably did say that. I'm just guessing that she probably did say that.
Nope, she wasn't there. She wasn't there.
You know, I'll tell you what, though, your sister has kind of walked away from the limelight now. I haven't heard much about her anymore, about anything. I'm sure she's still
probably a reason for that, but I'm gonna probably just I'm not gonna go into that too much. Right, I'm gonna leave her alone a little bit,
Yeah, I
let
think
her
it's better
say
this
whatever
way.
she wants. But I think for the most part, people kind of have figured out that situation. So
yeah, I don't think that's going to be revisited again. I think it's put to bed, and it's good that way. It's good for her too. I think she can move on.
It's gotten to a point that I don't have to comment anymore. Like it speaks for itself.
That's pretty much.
I think most people have realized what's going on over there. So
yeah, that's true. Your mom doing good?
But she'll probably hear this and feel
no.
Live again,
Let's not get it started.
Ken had his name in my mouth. Like, nah, I'm not even talking about you.
Tara, I'll tell you what. All he said was good things. Good things out of his mouth for you.
Hey, I wish you the best. I do.
Yeah,
but
maybe down the road, you guys.
I heard that she thought that I was you. And that
that's true.
I was morbid. Yeah.
We do have the same
voice.
We
confronted you, right?
I don't know how anyone could mix our voices up together. What are you guys trying to say? I sound like
you have a little sugar in your tank, morbid.
I sound like a douchebag. You're telling me I sound like Ken, a douche.
Yeah,
Ken loves it. He's like, hell yeah,
I sound like that night that I first debated her, I guess I was just switching back and forth. I can't even do a morbid impression. Your voice is just—it's too hard to recreate. I just can't do it.
Maybe on the I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I guess. Yeah, I guess that's a.
You got that radio voice, dude. I can't do it. I can't do it.
You can do it. You can do it. Yeah.
I'd just embarrass myself if I tried. So anyway.
Back to work tomorrow.
Back to work tomorrow. Actually, 6 a.m. So I gotta.
Jesus.
I ain't got much time to be on here, but
right,
I had to pop in. You
had to
pay my respects.
By the way, your merchandise, you're gonna like it. It's custom.
I can't wait.
It's custom.
Custom?
Man. Yeah.
Oh,
I think you're gonna like it. I think you're gonna like it. And you got to think Sonia, who's our AI genius, who comes up with all those stuff. But we ran over some ideas, and it's this one is good. I almost want to buy one myself.
Oh, I didn't even get a chance to tell you this yet, but
what?
I actually took a picture of it. I was going to send it to you.
Which one?
I'm going to send it to you right now. I opened up my cupboard the other morning.
Yep.
And I saw this in there.
I know.
And I meant to send this to you.
Send
it.
I
was like, I didn't even know we had this. Hold on a second.
I think Gypsy bought a mug.
Yeah. Well, now you're ruining it. You're spoiling the surprise.
I'm sorry.
I opened up my cupboard and this is what I saw.
I just censored it.
Like, oh, okay. I guess I already have one, but I need another.
Yeah, I sent you that one, so I don't need to send you anymore.
No.
I was kidding.
We each got to have one. We have to cheers coffee in the morning. You know what I'm saying?
That is true.
So,
I'll have to get a doggy bowl for Parker.
Yeah.
Morbid. Morbid is watching you, Parker.
That would be something.
I like this. Okay, I see it. All right, let me share the screen here. Looky. Looky, cookie. Here it is right here. Oh, there it is.
It's kind of shitty lighting. There it is.
Shitty. I'll do a zoom in. I don't know if it'll work. Yeah, it'll work. Look at that, dude.
There it is.
What
right
is this black shit
our,
right here, buddy? Get to work.
Hey, listen, this is a rental. Okay, I ain't painting shit. That's the way it came.
Fuck the merch. Let's see what is going on in your cupboard here. What is this?
Yeah. So back there, that's my blender bottle mug. You know, that's my.
What's the G for?
That's a Gryffindor and Slytherin tumbler.
Is it G for gay? Because everyone calls you gay. Is it
exactly
gay?
Quit telling my secrets, all right? This is supposed to be for
you.
Look
at this M&M over here. The snowmen, little mugs.
Check it out. now that's a sick cupboard right there. Look at those coffee mugs.
I like it. What is this thing over here? Look at
Harry Potter? I think Gypsy bought those. Okay. Yeah, Gypsy. She's in the background saying I did. That's a Dagobah.
Okay.
Baby Yoda coffee mug.
I don't even know what that is. Oh, so you guys got this at Universal? This cup here, this Gryffindor.
I don't know, Gypsy. Where'd you get that Baby Yoda mug from? Yeah, the Baby Yoda one, the Dagobah one. Where'd you get that from? Oh, that was from Lindsay. Woo, bestie.
No, what about this one, the Gryffindor? Is that from Universal when you guys went?
I don't even know. I think we just bought that at like Barnes and Noble or something. I don't know. Dude, quit critiquing my cabinet right now, okay? Like,
yeah, I'm more worried about this section over here. I'm gonna show you again. The audience is, it's going to be in the subreddit tonight. Look at what Ken and Gypsy have. This black it's just gross, guys.
I know, dude. It's just, that's how disgusting we are, man. Like,
actually, it's my merchandise. It leaked onto your cabinet here, because it's such cheap merchandise.
It's a cheap cabinet, I didn't bother to paint over the black marks. Sorry, guys.
There it is, right there. I
don't care about rental properties that much.
Get Ron over there to quickly do. Actually, get Rogie. He's available. Get him to do some maintenance.
Rod. Come on, Rod. Come paint my cabinet for me now, dude.
There you go, man.
I never even noticed it until I took a picture of it. I know it's unacceptable. You're absolutely right.
I have to point those out myself. I'm looking out, dude. Looking out.
Don't worry, we're moving out of here pretty soon.
All right. I don't want to keep you too long here.
Dude, it's been a pleasure as always.
Again, look out for your very nice custom, one of a kind merchandise. You're gonna like it.
I'm excited, dude.
And then wear it and then send me a picture.
I'll come up on live on your panel with the camera on next time, wearing it. How about that?
Right, relax. We're taking it slow here, Ken.
You're right.
I'm not Cowboy Bear for you.
Dude, where's he been? You should bring him back up on your panel.
You know what? I don't know.
We should debate again. Get him in here. Let's all three
do a
debate.
I think there should be a reunion.
I mean, it's been 2 years. A 2-year reunion.
Let's circle. You know what we should do? We should circle back because I do still have that initial interview or that debate that you guys had. So
I still want to see that video, dude. Can we just like play it on your live? I
think we could, but then we will invite him back because maybe he still wants to convince people that video he took with his camcorder still exists, and I believe he has some new evidence.
I would love to see it. I'm also, where's that Netflix show at, dude? I've been waiting for this Netflix show.
It's been pushed back.
I want my royalties, okay? If I'm in it, I want my royalties.
And I'll tell you what, I actually did see the video because he did send me a video. And it did kind of look like you, man.
Can you please share it for the audience? We all got to see it.
It's in my favorite folders, but
unless it's a little NSFW, you got to blur out some things,
Cowboy Bear, if you're listening,
blur out.
I think a reunion is in order here because I've been trying to get Karma Collector to debate Ken over the real baby thing, which I think would be an awesome thing.
Wouldn't that be sick?
Yeah, you guys have sides.
If you get Karma Collector in here, I will be here. I give you my word. I would love to talk to the Karma Collector.
Well, wait, his name's Oscar.
That's my dream.
Oscar, appropriate.
Okay, Oscar, whatever his name is,
This is your chance, Oscar. He is busy. He's teaching a college program now. He's taking a break from the gypsy content to teach colleges. I believe he's a professor.
Holy shit, dude! What I would give to be in that classroom. I would love to hear.
I would sign up
teaching.
If it's city college. I would go.
we gotta go, man. We gotta check it out. I gotta hear that lecture, whatever it is.
But yeah, I'll try to set it up. We'll see. I've been working on it. He's a tough cookie to get in contact with, even though he emails me, but never replies. So, Cowboy Bear, we need a reunion.
Bear,
it's been 2
Oscar,
years.
Anybody, yeah, especially Cowboy Bear. I gotta have that reunion. I gotta talk about the Netflix show, the camcorder video. You say you have it, Morbid. You gotta see it.
I have it.
I gotta see it.
I gotta look. I gotta look at my. I gotta look at my archived section in my emails. So because I know it's in the favorite somewhere. It's my go-to every night.
Oh man, dude! All I gotta say is I'm really excited for the rest of the year. Like, there's a lot of good content coming, and I can't wait to be a part of it. A Karma Collector debate, a Cowboy Bear reunion. I mean, like, what else?
Those are the top two shows right now.
Those are the top two right now. I'm looking forward to it.
I mean, the ratings are going to go through the burned roof. Audrey's mom's a burned roof, which doesn't exist. Oh, by the way, Audrey, you owe an apology, actually, to Gypsy, in a sense, because she claimed that she put up that photo, remember, of her wearing the morbid #1 fan, and there was a house burning, but apparently that house never existed because it happened 2 years ago to an abandoned mobile truck. You owe apologies, Audrey, to everybody. There's a lot of people you owe apologies to.
Oh, we know that she doesn't correct her mistakes, Let's not get our hopes up here.
Oh boy, but we're gonna have to contact the Pentagon now.
Oh, I'm shaking. All right, man. Well, hey, it's been great.
All right, man.
Appreciate you.
Okay, I'll talk to you later.
Live. We'll talk to you soon.
All right, have a good night.
You too.
There he goes. There he goes to save the day. All right. All right. So there's still stuff to go over here. Crying video. How long have I been live? Too long. 3 hours. What the fuck? Oh boy. Karma Collector is nuts. Absolutely. Yeah, you know what? Since we're here, let's just go over. Let's go over this. The crying video. Yes, let's do it. Let's do it. We got to do it, man. We got to go. We got to do it. We got to do it. Get rid of that. Put the full screen up. Put this up here. Here it is. All right. The crying video. Or let's point out all of the lies here. Just
was lied to, and I shared that. And I know people are going to tear me apart on this, and that's okay. I take responsibility on the fact that I should have gathered more information. I have told y'all how I feel about this boyfriend, and that's where we're at on that.
Did she ever express what she felt about the boyfriend? Because I must have missed that. And what did she exactly say about Ronnie? What did you say about Ronnie? And what did you find out, Because from last live stream, when I introduced Ronnie to you and your siblings, which you thanked me in your email, trying to manipulate, which, by the way, it was a copy and paste email that she sent to multiple people, even Sheena. Can you believe this, guys? Audrey sent an email to Sheena. In fact, Audrey sent the same damn email, a little bit fixed up and personalized, to Dreamer. I'm not shitting you. Go ask Dreamer herself. who else did she send this? Because she's trying to get anybody to not talk about it. She emailed Sheena. She reached out to Dreamer. Mac, did you say that she reached out to you and Fancy? I'm going to assume she did. There's Dreamer. I don't know if she's going to even I don't know if she reached out to you, Jessicos, because she knew that you would probably tell her to go fuck off. So I don't know. I would assume she wouldn't after what she did to you as far as doxing your child and stuff like that. Creepily stalking your child's page and all, you know. I think she wouldn't have even gone there because you'd probably make a video about that too. Like, look at this bitch. She emailed me. Mac, she emailed you or she emailed Fancy? Both, maybe. She reached out to anybody that would present this information in a way for everyone to understand that Audrey is has lied about everything. But who's going to hold the fire to her feet at this time? We will. We want to make sure we account for every single penny to be returned to everybody, regardless of whether or not they agree to accept it or not. You must give back all of the money. Stop saying, maybe I won't if they say that they don't want the money. No. Just refund everybody. That's a start. But again, the grossness will never go away, but that's a start. Will she do it? We're going to hold her accountable, and we're going to make sure we see if Audrey actually gives back the money to the GoFundMe stuff. The GoFundMe that she deleted, and it's going to be a little bit more difficult to go ahead and initiate these refunds. So we're going to have to get screenshots, screen recordings, actually, of scrolling of Cash Apps and Venmo transactions. A lot of work here, but, you know, I know Audrey could do it because when she puts her mind to things and her money where her mouth is, as far as, you know, FOIAing and, you know, looking into people's criminal records and all records, social media accounts, Bree situation, she knows how to do it. So make sure you give us legitimate receipts. Unlike case studies still pending, because he had to go fraud me as well. And he'll never show the receipts because he knows he took everybody's money and bought a new laptop as well as a Nintendo Switch 2 with games.
There have been conversations in the background that, again, will remain privately of trying to get my mother away from him for other reasons. I don't even know what to say. I want to say thank you to everybody that donated, everybody that prayed, everybody that shared resources, that reached out. Y'all literally are amazing for that.
Here she is trying to gaslight, fluff up her people, her supporters again. It's just so fake. Very fake. I mean, you could see right through it now. Knowing that she's a liar, she tried to fraud people, she tried to scam people, even the IRS, even the people that were owed their debt in that bankruptcy filing that finalized on the day that Audrey launched her GoFundMe. Same day. Same exact day.
I don't know.
Yes, everybody send us receipts. SurMorbidX.com. Dr. Peppermon, I want to see those receipts. And I'll know if it's I want a screen recording. No screenshots. I want a screen recording. All right. We're going to make your asses work. And your one Venmo thing, but I still haven't received your receipt. Dr. Peppermon.
I told myself I wasn't going to cry, so we're not going to cry. As for the boyfriend, I have very strong feelings for him. And I have told y'all a little bit, but...
Oh, you know what? Submit all of your receipts to the subreddit. There is a subreddit for Audrey. It's r/snark Audrey. No, r/snark Audacious Audrey, B as in boy. Go over there, and we want to see that subreddit blowing up with receipts. And then we'll shut up once the last receipt comes in. Until then, shut your mouth. I don't care about the doxing. No one cares about you, Dr. Peppermon, okay? Go submit your receipts over there. Start with the screenshot, okay? Start with the screenshot. If we need more additional information, then people in the subreddit will direct you to how to get to that information to them. Okay, doctor? So you'll be the first one. r/snark Audacious Audrey, B as in bitch.
I'm sure y'all have heard enough. So, yeah, I'll be working on handling all of this. Why does the time frame matter? Because it's still inaccurate information. There's still a fire. I was also informed that while I was told the RV started the fire, it was an RV that did catch fire, yes. But it was the utility pole or something. I don't know. I don't fucking know. Like I said, I got a call from a family member.
I don't fucking know. That's her answer to everything. She doesn't know what happened to her child. Remember? She always says, I don't know. It's been 16, 17 years. I still don't know to this day. She doesn't know about this. And then now she's claiming there's no fraud. There's no scam or going on. Clearly, because you deleted everything and you just admitted here that, you were lied to, or you lied to us essentially, but you won't fess up to that or take accountability. Thank you, Andrew, AK-47 in here. Become a member. Look at this guy. He's high class over here, Mister. You got to come back again, Andrew, AK-47. People loved you. They love you, man. They all love you. All right.
The house, I showed y'all, the house did take on damage. But I will be trying to get my mother away from this situation.
Here she is not telling the truth. She says the house did take on damage. Yeah, 2 years ago. She doesn't say that. She doesn't say it took on damage 2 years ago. But nobody lived in the house at that time. She won't tell you these details because she knows exactly. She's fraudry. Fraudry.
How did I find all this out? A family member called me.
Isn't that silly that a family member saw my live stream? Sir Morbid X live stream, right? Because nobody watches us. We don't get the numbers that we used to. But her family member actually had the integrity to take in the information that I relayed in the last live stream, to push her, Audrey, to call her own sister or brother out. A family member had to call out Audrey for the bullshit, because it's embarrassing to be on the internet and lie to people to their faces, because eventually you're going to get caught, and you put your mom's business out there, as you have said in a video prior. Okay, you put your mom's business out on the internet, and we're just here to start, looking into things and making sure everything's copacetic, but apparently it isn't.
Pam, I'm gonna I found out that my mother's house fire wasn't when she told us it was. She has lied to me and my siblings, and it's okay if people do judge me. You're saying people aren't, but they will, and that's okay. I absolutely should have looked more into it, but it was my mother, so I trusted her. And I guess moving forward, while she is with this man, I cannot be doing that.
I thought the man, Ronnie, is abusive, according to you. Nothing makes sense. Nothing adds up. She's just digging herself in a deeper hole. Just confess again. She won't. Just confess. It should be over. Someone who lies to this extent to get $200,000, how do you not look at them and say, I'm never going to believe anything you say anymore. Sorry. You entitled, smug bitch, you. Oh, and you dox children too. Okay.
So that is where we are with that. What was the cause? I was told something about a transform. I'm guessing the box that caught on fire that I showed y'all in the video caught the RV and the house on fire. I don't know. I got the phone call.
See, she's making up details. The box caught on fire, or I don't know, the RV caught on fire. I don't know what the fuck happened. Why are you trying to tell? Why is she trying to spin the story again when she still doesn't know to this very day? How long has it been? How long has it been for her to get her shit story together? She is fumbling, tumbling, stumbling, stuttering all along right now because she doesn't have the answers, because that's what liars do. Try to get away with it, but you know, we're back. We're here. We're here.
And I basically just kind of stopped hearing anything. I was just in a tunnel at that point. Put the money in a trust. I can't. I don't know. Does it matter when the fire was? I feel like it does.
See how stupid this audience is? Does it matter when the fire was? No, it was 20 years ago. They don't use their brains. They're just trying to cover up for her so that, you know, this stuff doesn't bother them, because let's get back to hating Gypsy Rose. That's all they care about. That's all they care about. Why would you want to be a part of a group like that? You know, everything's out the window, you know. Their sole focus is to be that hate mob. You know, let's get everything under control, and let's just lie about this some more, Audrey.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. How much of a difference in time from what I was told? Like a year. A year this.
No. See, she doesn't even know her facts still. It was 2 years, 1 month. Still lying. Still lying.
Situation has been ongoing, which is fucking wild because my mom called us and told us there was a fire like 2 months ago. So I hate to say that she used us kids and lied to us, but that's the way it seems.
She used the kids and lied. You sure about that?
Could I get the fire department report? I was read, I don't know if it was a fire department report. I was read some kind of a report, which is wild because he provided me a report to give to GoFundMe.
Tell us more. Oh my God. Are you telling me Audrey didn't look at that fire report that she received? Lies. Show us it. Has she ever showed you what she submitted to go fraud me for her? You know, because they thought it was a scam too. They thought, seriously, what did you send to them? How come you didn't show it to us? Because it doesn't exist. And whatever you sent them is horseshit and bullshit. And it's got the answers we need. You're a liar. Backtracking again.
And the date on it is not matching the date that I was told. Or, well, the date on the paper he gave me matches the date I was told. But the date of what I'm now finding out doesn't match the paperwork. Does that make sense?
So where did you get that paperwork? From your mom? Because she put a new date on there? Huh? Stop lying. Your mom had this paperwork, and I don't believe it for 1 second. Or did you get that paperwork from the fire department and they somehow scratched out the original date and put the new date on there that just reflects what happened 2 months ago that never happened? What is the story, Audrey? Why are you having a headache? Do you need some Tylenol? Do you need an Advil? What are we dealing with, Audrey?
Yeah, I need to get my mom out of that relationship. I've kind of talked to y'all about that.
Now she's blaming Ronnie. Get him out of the relationship. What if, why? Based on what? Your mom lied. According to you, your mom lied to you and your siblings about the situation, made you go through a GoFundMe, crying in her car, kissy on you, right? What about all that? Calling me a jerk for saying this is a fraud, which it turned out to be clearly.
Napping Nikki, I was told the report I was given was the fire department's report. So
Told by who? Did you not check it? Because you check everything. She is completely lying. You don't think that she's reading the fire report, the most essential, significant part of everything in regards to, I guess, the Go Fraud Me situation? Don't you think that would be the first thing she checked to make sure that the dates matched up? Or are you just randomly sending shit? You think she's going to randomly send shit when there's $8,000 on the line that she already raised? Like it's just nonchalant, that she doesn't care. I think, well, when there's that much money involved, even if it's $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, now this is $8,000 at the time. Upwards to 6,000, above, almost close to 8. Of course, she's going to dot every I, all right, on this whole situation, cross every T, just to make sure that they get that $8,000. She's just not going to submit some random report that she didn't review. Another lie. All lies.
regardless, there was a fire. Yeah. So, anyways, that's...
Again, lying to her audience. Regardless, there was a fire. When? 2 years ago. To what? A mobile trailer home that was abandoned for years. For years. No one lived in there. It became a part of the trash that surrounds it. Did you notice that from the aerial view? It was all trash. That mobile home, inside of it, nothing in it. There's no possessions. Remember, we pointed that out too. Where is all the furniture? Where is everything? She tried to see, oh, it's this pit right here. You see all of their belongings? It was just trash. Trash, wood pieces, just thrown together. Lies, lies, lies. And the fact that she went out there physically and she took the pictures herself and she did this whole little presentation for TikTok and to shove it in our faces that something did happen. And that's why there was no fresh, char on any of the exterior or the interior. There's nothing there. It's just like, what are we looking for here? And then she came up with a story of the windows where the firemen so bravely broke in to fight this fire. She came up with all this shit. And it all turned out to be a lie.
That's what I'm going to be working on Monday. I will be going through Cash App and Venmo and all that. In the meantime, and setting up those refunds. Can I recap? Yes, I will recap. I had come to y'all. I told y'all about my mom's house fire and finding out she was in a shed. And none of us had been to her boyfriend's house. We don't like the guy. Surprise, surprise. And my brother had recently went out there and discovered that.
Again, surprise, surprise. We hate Ronnie. Ronnie's not the one out here asking for $200,000 from strangers. You are. In fact, Ronnie didn't say a peep. And now you want to blame Ronnie? Their entire family, Audrey's family, never wants to take accountability for anything here. The mother was supposed to get custody of her children. What happened there? Fancy takes a deeper dive into it. It was like a scam again. Talking about tricking the government, tricking the court system. You know, the mom was supposed to be there. Where was the mom? She goes to Texas, Missouri, I don't know, Arizona. She lives everywhere under the sun. I don't know. I mean, she wasn't around though. She wasn't around during that time. So just all of this adds up to just this entire family lies. And their best way to cover their lies is to lie some more and gaslight.
My mother was living in a shed. And so we were told a few months ago, like 2 months ago, that there had been a fire. And so whenever me and my siblings all reach out to my mother, we're like, what is the situation? And first we were told insurance is fighting him. Then he confessed there was no insurance. Now we are finding out that the fire did happen. It just did not happen when our mother told us it had happened. It had happened much earlier. If from everything I can see, it sounds like it happened whenever they were doing hot shots, which is you work on the road, you're not ever home. Yeah. So.
And she claims they're all like, her mom is disabled. Ronnie's disabled. Remember, he's a vet. He's disabled. All this bullshit. But what did I pull up last time? What did I pull up in the last live stream? I could probably try to pull it up now. What did I pull up? A picture of Nora, Audrey's mom, with her boyfriend Ronnie in a dune buggy. A dune buggy, guys. You guys remember that picture? Let me see if I have that picture. Why are they doing that shit when they're disabled? Why? Let me see. Here they are. It's important to get this out here. Guys, the disabled one, look, they're so disabled. Mommy over here, mommy Nora, scammers, liar. They're all disabled, guys. Look at this. Rough riding in the dune buggy. They're so disabled, guys. Interesting. She used that as, they're seniors, they're elderly people, they're disabled. How dare Morbid and Just Coast and Fancy even question disabled elderly people, guys? Looks like they're having a great old time over here. Look at this, man. I'm more disabled. Okay, all right, relax. Oh boy, the receipts just keep on flowing. Her mouth keeps going, but the receipts are legit over here.
My mother, while she's in a hotel right now, has been living in a shed. Yeah, I'm so sorry I canceled my vacation too. I'm sorry that I came on here and unintentionally lied to everybody. Like, y'all, I don't even know what to say. What is a hot shot? It's where you move RVs across the country.
She never knows what to say. Especially when she's caught in another lie and another lie.
I am going to apologize because unintentional or not, or unintentionally, I did lie, and I am that person. I will.
Unintentionally. What a word. Unintentionally. I think everything was intentional, to be honest with you. The date of the bankruptcy finalizing on the day that Audrey launches this $200,000 GoFundMe. What's intentional is you lying still about the timeline. It's not even a year ago. It was 2 years ago. Another lie. That's intentional. You intentionally saying you don't know what happened. So how do you know if it happened a year ago? Okay, so you're lying again. Lying about that fire department report that you don't look over. You just submit it blindly to fucking GoFundMe and they approved it. They're like, yeah, you know. Lie again. Lie. There's just lies all over the place.
And I will say I did this. Why am I going to give a refund? Because I feel like the information is true. There was a fire. She is in a shed. But the timeline was not accurate. I was lied to about the time.
So there was a fire that happened 2 years ago. She lives in a shed. Those are both true. But she lived in the shed the entire time. She never lost her home in the fire. She never had to rebuild. The exact title of your GoFundMe was Help My Mom Rebuild, basically, from the fire. Because her house burned down. There was no house, number one, and that house was abandoned, and it happened 2 years ago. And she lived in the shed the entire time and never lost a thing. What is there to rebuild when you lost nothing?
And in turn, I lied to y'all about the timeline. I was provided paperwork that fit the timeline I was told, and I will be working to get a copy from local departments to see where the discrepancy was. So I did tell the truth.
We already handled that for you. She ain't gonna do shit. She ain't gonna show any receipts. We already predict what's gonna happen. She's gonna realize that her audience and her community doesn't give two shits. They get tricked left and right. They don't care about receipts. So bless you, Audrey. You're gonna get away with it, but not amongst the elite and some of the people that see through this. And that's all we care about. That's truly all we care about. But we already know that they're not going to hold her accountable. So most likely she's going to be able to keep thousands and thousands of dollars based on a lie, just like case studies did with the $4,000 he raised and he stole and he never provided a receipt for, and still hasn't to this day, because he knows he stole that money.
Knew it, yeah. Salty Carolina, if you don't want a refund, just message me. At the end of the day, I would rather refund everybody, and I'm going to be working on trying to get my mother away from this guy, because this isn't like my mother.
Wow. So blame the guy, just like she blamed Colt, her husband at the time, when the so-called abuse happened, right, to her newborn. Blame everybody. That is why I am thinking most likely, Audrey, you're the actual, you're the common denominator in all of these events happening. And you just throwing the blame on other people just randomly, like Ronnie over here, like you did with Colt, who had to serve, 5 years in prison for you. And why did you go back to him? Because you probably told him, hey, I'll come back to you because I want you to take the fall for me. Don't you think that would make sense? Why would you go back to someone like that who did that to your child? In any sense of the word. Couple times she went back, actually. It wasn't just once.
Hold on a sec. You didn't lie. You passed on the information you were told. I mean, that's a fair assessment, but still. So, thank you. Bye.
And why isn't she holding her mom accountable? Her mom sat there crying to tears, calling people like me jerks for calling them out for this fraud, which turned out to be a fraud. Why aren't you mad at your mom? Why are you blaming Ronnie? What the fuck did Ronnie do? Ronnie isn't even part of anything here. He's not even part of the equation. Ronnie never came to the internet and begged for $200,000 like you and your mom have been doing. And you accepted it, and so did your mom. So how is it Ronnie's fault at all? Ronnie, can't wait to interview you.
So I will upload this over on YT, and yeah, I don't know. Yeah, we do need to save my mom.
And look at these sheep in the comment section. Oh, Audrey, you see the victim mentality here, the constant perpetual victim in Audrey the Gross. They're already saying in the chat, Audrey, we gotta save your mom from Ronnie. Ronnie is a bad man. Ronnie didn't do shit in this. Has anybody heard of Ronnie until we started talking about him last live stream? Did Ronnie ask for this? Did he even, I don't know, set up a GoFundMe? No. Was he on TikTok videos crying in the car? He was nowhere to be found. Ronnie didn't do shit. That's why we need to hear Ronnie's side of his story, because he's being thrown under the bus right now. Ronnie is being thrown under the bus, being claimed as this abuser of women. And then he has some sort of hold over her mom that clearly lied And he had Audrey covering up her lie back then and is still covering for her mom and throwing Ronnie, poor Ronnie, under the bus.
Thank you, Susan. I am going to be working with my mother's best friend because she's not going to listen to us kids, but she might listen to her friend. So
already, your mom, Nora, is not listening to you. Why? Because she values Ronnie, because probably Ronnie is a good guy to her. They go dune buggy riding and shit like that, even though they're disabled. But Ronnie seems like he's a good guy. He's been good to your mommy. But you didn't even know that your mom lived in a shed for at least 2 years. At least, probably longer. So there's that. But Ronnie did. Ronnie invited her into that nice, beautiful exterior of a shed, unlike you and your siblings. In fact, Audrey admits in here, remember she said that her siblings had no idea that mommy was living in a shed. How does all of the siblings not even ask mommy about Christmas or Thanksgiving or all these holidays for 2 years? No, nobody knew that the mom lived in a shed.
How did I find out the timeline was wrong? A family member actually messaged me and was like, hold on. Well, they didn't message. They called me. They messaged me and told me to call or to answer their call. They were calling me, whatever. Anyways. So yeah, if you would like to watch this back or understand what is going on, I will post this over on YT, Audacious Audrey 06. I will not put any ads on it. It will not be.
She's so gracious. Why does she have to even mention ads? That is so bizarre. It's like weird. Why the fuck are you talking about ads at this moment in time? Like, she so wants people to know that she's not about money. That is so fake. Anybody that's fake and lying and hiding stuff would say, I'm not going to put ads on this. Why would you even mention that? Why? Because clearly she wants people to know she's not about the money. She's not,
A fun, like whatever it's called, where you can make funds off of it. Anyways, I need to calm down and decide if I'm going to address my mother tonight or if I wait till in the morning after I have calmed down more. So, I love you guys. Like I said, Monday I will be contacting.
She's so brave. She's so brave. You know you're afraid, Audrey. Fraudry, right? Fraudry, as Jessica has been saying in the chat. You're afraid of the legal implications, okay? Because now you're documented on the internet coming up with this horse shit now of essentially committing fraud. Not only against those companies that are scammed out of their money from your mom, claiming bankruptcy only for your GoFraudMe to be launched the same day as your mom's bankruptcy being finalized. Now you've implicated yourself in this criminal activity, and there's well-documented proof, thanks to you on the internet, where you claim that you looked into everything and that you knew everything. You knew everything. It's pretty clear.
They'll fund me directly, and yeah, I probably will wait till the morning. So, okay. All right. Bye, guys.
All right. So there's that. And let me see if there's a last video. I believe there is. This is More Smug Crying is the title. All right, here we go. Let me see. Got this one over here. There's 4 minutes. So I'll do a 1.25 over here. Okay. More Smug Crying. Here we go.
It's okay if people do judge me. You're saying people aren't, but they will, and that's okay. I absolutely should have looked more into it, but it was my mother, so I trusted her. And I guess moving forward while she is with this man, I cannot be doing that. So that is where we are with that.
And I don't know if we heard this, but you can see the people commenting, all these dummies, like a Mimi right here, Mimi Lou-Hoo, the Susie idiot over here, all of these idiots.
What was the cause? I was told something about a transform. I'm guessing the box that caught on fire that I showed y'all in the video caught the RV and the house on fire. I don't know. I got the phone.
Guys, stop asking me questions because I don't know anything. I just know I'm a liar. And I was trying to fraud you guys of $200,000. I mean, that's insane that you have no details and you're asking people for $200,000 because Audrey, about a week ago or even more than that, she was so confident, wasn't she? So smug, throwing it all our faces like, fuck you guys, look, I got money. Ha 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 ha. She ain't so smug now, huh?
Phone call, and I basically just kind of stopped hearing anything. I was just in a tunnel at that point. Put the money in a trust, I can't.
Put the money in a trust. What kind of advice is that? I can't do it, guys. I can't do it. You better refund everything, Audrey. You listening loud and clear, right? You're being watched, okay? For your illegal activity, legal implications. Everybody's watching now. What are you going to do?
I don't know. Does it matter when the fire was? I feel like it does.
You know what? I think we saw this and we just didn't see the redactedness in her comment section right there. But yeah, it's the same damn live stream or whatever that she was doing. Unbelievable, guys. I think we've covered a lot here. There's really not much more to discuss on this end. Well, I think we did it. We did it, ladies and gentlemen. We survived. We survived the Audrey lies. And I'm gonna safely assume that she'll be back tonight. She'll be back in an hour. Spinning shit, lying. She owes a lot of people an apology, but in fact, fuck it. Keep your apologies. At this point, your apology doesn't mean shit. All right. Your mobile home, that mobile home that was abandoned, means more than anything you could apologize for to anybody. No one wants your apology. Keep it. Keep it. Keep catering to the dumb people over there. But here, one thing you guys all have to realize now. Open your eyes. Open your eyes. Take in what you just heard and what you've been seeing. And if you do see it now, because you will, whether it's now or a year later, but when you see the hypocrisy, the dysfunction, the chaos, the cringe, the lies, the gaslighting, from that other side, you'll be a part of the elite, the 1%ers. Just open your eyes and you will see. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, maybe not in a week or a month, but give it a year. I swear to God, give it a year. But understand this, to all those that have been on the chopping block and are still in, I guess, waiting to be up next. We got you. Morbid is watching, and we're all a little morbid. So we're all watching. That's it. With the boom.
You know it's all about my name's like a torch in a tank full of propane. Bring heat, Bill Steve, I got some whole
on the screen. That was from Aurora. What's up, Aurora? No. Oh, cool.